we're having, and that is the variability of no matter which exchange you're using. If you were to run the exact same transaction on any given day, you'd get a huge variation in the amount of tokens you get for the same amount of money you're spending. That's not good. Okay, no matter whose exchange you're using, it's easier to calculate when you're using PancakeSwap or Uniswap because it gives you the dollar value. Whereas in our case, it's just so much FETH or FBNB for however many tokens you're going to get. So yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Well, you want to send me a DM reminding me, and the way you want to frame the DM is you want to say, "Hey, Paul, I realize you suffer from CRS syndrome here in the United States. That stands for can't remember shit syndrome. So this is a friendly reminder to get off your dead ass and get this taken care of." Okay, would you send that to me, please?
Absolutely, Paul. I'll attach some screenshots too. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know that you guys are really trying to build out the exchange to be better, bigger and better than Uniswap and Pancake. And I think this is a really critical thing that needs to be added. So appreciate it.
No problem. I appreciate the conversation.
Cool. All for me. Thanks, guys.
You bet, Mike. Yes, sir.
Hey, Paul, so I have a question. Why do people, I hear a lot of people say like, oh, where do you keep your Feg? And they always say Trust Wallet. And like, I hear it over and over, but like, what, like if you're going to keep it long-term, I know there's ledgers and stuff like that, but is Trust safe? Because I hear a lot of people say that it's not, and then that is.
Well, here's my opinion. Once again, this is an opinion from a community member. I don't have any magic crystal balls or insider information. But the answer is the fundamental reason, if you're on a phone, why everybody uses Trust Wallet is it's one of the easiest wallets to use because it has a built-in D-app Web3 capable browser that allows you to connect to our exchange or other exchanges really, really easily and reliably. Now, when it comes to security, a wallet is only as good as the security that's set up on the wallet. The individuals I've run across that have complained about having security issues with their Trust Wallet, and I ask them, so fire up Trust Wallet, go to the settings, tap on security, and tell me what you see. The typical response I get is, what security? That's not a good thing. So what I've been doing in the last, probably 2 weeks now, whenever anybody says, so can you help me get my Trust Wallet set up, or can you help me troubleshoot this problem or that problem? I ask them, how much time do you have on your hands? Because I'm not going to do anything until I'm confident that you can get all of the security set up. And one of the key features that I like about Trust Wallet is essentially it's called transaction verification. Everybody has different terms, but the bottom line is that wallet's not going to let any money come out of your wallet unless you tap in a PIN. So let's say a hacker does manage to get a hold of your phone and wants to do stuff, wants to grab up your seed phrase or whatever. If you've got a PIN set up, the software that would be necessary to emulate actual PIN taps on the surface of the phone is extremely difficult to create.
Yeah.
And bordering on impossible. And the vast majority of the hackers just simply aren't that sophisticated. If they were that smart and that sophisticated, they'd be out earning their money honestly, okay? So the first thing I do is make sure that they got the PIN set up, so on and so forth. Outside of that, never say never about anything that has access to the internet, because the internet is an entry point to whatever you want. So people that are experiencing Feg for the first time are finding themselves in a relatively short order dealing with 5 or 6 figure investments. And to them, it just blows them away like, wow, that's a lot of money. Well, yeah, but it's a lot of money to lose too. So everybody that's messing with Feg, I shouldn't say messing, working with Feg, should own a cold wallet of some kind. There's different cold wallets. They have different features. The two that seem to come up most often is either the Nano X or SafePal for different reasons. Okay. I'm still, even with my level of sophistication and knowledge, I'm still sitting on my ass, not dealing with a safe wallet, which is really stupid.
Yeah.
So that's something I need to do. And right now, it was Charlie that was talking about the SafePal. He really likes the SafePal. I'm starting to lean heavily towards the SafePal.
You can hold the BSC and the ETH one on those. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm on the ledger.
Now,
yeah,
why
either
do
one, either
why
one
does-
works just fine.
why do some people choose to go through Uniswap and buy it if BSC is cheaper? I don't get that. I mean, I know it's like the why is that?
Well, there's an interesting issue going on right now with Feg and these various exchanges. It has to do with what I call variable liquidity, and I'm not thoroughly satisfied with that answer. But what happens is you go to Uniswap one day and you spend some money and you get your tokens and you calculate how much the tokens cost and it's a certain amount, and that matches pretty closely the market rate. You go back the very next day and you do the same thing, and you're only getting about 40 to 50 to maybe 60% of what you should have gotten. That's a little alarming, okay? But then you go back the day after that and repeat the process, and it's back to normal again. Well, it doesn't, to me, mentally compute that it could be just a feature of variable liquidity. But then again, I'm not a programmer, and I can't be the definitive answer for that. So what I've been telling everybody, including our exchange, understand the listed price for Feg. Understand how much actual money you're spending at the time you want to conduct the transaction, and look to see what your exchange, including ours, is telling you how much Feg you're going to get. And if it's not pretty darn close to the market rate, cancel the transaction and try again and see if it's just a local glitch, which it can be, or if it's this variable liquidity thing. And if that's the case, then come back the next day or find another exchange to get a much better rate. But be careful. But be careful when you do that. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. How is that possible on your guys' exchange when you have to switch it first to F? You got to wrap it, and so basically you can't really find out how much Feg you're gonna get because you have to wrap it first.
Would you like an answer to that extremely emphatic and interesting question?
Yeah, love it.
Okay. Let's use Binance, because that seems to be the side that seems to be causing more problems. So you got Binance BNB, not the old style BNB, and then you FRAP it. Okay. What you're essentially doing is you're swapping out one token for another, because the original Binance has one contract address, and now all of a sudden the FBNB has a separate contract address. Well, that's also like saying you're going from one token to the next, because as far as the smart chain is concerned, it could care less about our English terms for token. It just wants to know what contract address I'm dealing with. Since all you're technically doing is taking some of the programming code in the Feg token and programmatically attaching it to the code of BNB, then you're not changing the value of that BNB. So anything you FRAP is exactly the same dollar amount as before you wrapped it.
Right. No, but I'm saying because it's a two-step process, I have to wrap it first, and then I get to see how much BNB I get. I'm saying I can't go from that in the middle process to go over to Pancake Swap and see if which one's better. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Because you said
Right.
there'd be a way to compare, and you can't really do that, right?
Actually, you can.
How do you do that?
Okay. The only issue is if you want to compare using on our exchange versus Pancake Swap. If you get a better deal on Pancake Swap than you do on our exchange, you're stuck with FBNB that you don't want.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Right.
But when you unwrap FBNB, it only costs you a 1% fee to unwrap it.
Right.
Okay. That 1% fee can be way cheaper than the variability in tokens that are being offered by either exchange. So you have two choices. If it turns out that it's cheaper on PancakeSwap than it is on our exchange, you can either suffer the 1% fee, take your BNB and go do it at PancakeSwap if you have to have it that day, or if you can't, just chill out and buy it the next day on our exchange.
Because if you did do that, if you did end up going, okay, Pancake Swap's got a little bit better, you technically would be 2%. Because isn't it 1% in to wrap it, and then it would be 1% to take it out?
Yeah, that's true. Now that you mention it, yeah, that is true.
So that's
Because you suffered the 1% going in. But
right.
Well, let me give you an idea. There's an individual that purchased on our exchange. Very experienced,
Okay.
very knowledgeable, but was in a hurry, and that's typically the same mistake I make. When I get in a hurry, I start making really stupid mistakes.
Yeah, not good.
And he did the same thing, and he was shorted 1.5 trillion tokens on our exchange.
Good God.
That's 14 grand. Okay. That was way more than he would have experienced if he had just suffered the 2%.
So what did he do wrong?
He just wasn't paying attention to the fact that this issue of variable liquidity or whatever else is causing this really weird swings in why you're not getting near as many tokens as you should. He experienced that issue without paying attention to it. He should have stopped. He should have stopped and slowed down and said, "Okay, how much? What's the dollar value of that BNB?"
Right.
And multiplied that times the current rate for Feg, on the BSE side, and then compared that to how many tokens our exchange was offering to him for the sale.
So you're saying for some reason your guys' exchange didn't give him the full amount for some reason?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. And he should have.
But here's the issue. Okay. You can't say it's ours exchange. You can say that it happened on our exchange, but you can't say that it was our exchange that did it.
What do you think did it?
Well, it's this weird variable liquidity crap that seems to be having an effect on things.
Don't you guys have the most liquidity?
I'm sorry?
Don't you guys have the most liquidity?
I can't answer that for sure, simply because the liquidity is, I know, variable, because FegRox and the boys are rounding up our liquidity from other exchanges and getting it transferred over to our exchange.
Oh, okay. I figured, because
okay. But I can't say that whole process is taking is complete. Let me put it that way. Nor can I say during the course of that process it maintains the maximum amount of liquidity available at any given time. Okay. But then again, I may be talking right out of my butt right now and not realize it, because it could be something else going on,
right,
that eventually turns out to be an issue with the swapping process, okay, between the various exchanges. But what I can tell you is it's a variable issue, okay, and it's taking place on all the exchanges. So the moral to the story is
Yeah.
don't commit until you
Do the math.
do the math, and then double check it against the exchange if you really want to make sure you're covered.
Right, because I would think that you guys buying the Feg, token on your guys' exchange, there wouldn't be an issue with liquidity because it's your guys' token. I would think that you guys would have definitely the king of liquidity.
Well, we will when we round up all of our liquidity.
Gotcha. Okay.
But then again, from a business standpoint,
Yeah.
what if our exchange suddenly goes down for some reason?
Right.
Do we
No, this
wanna
is
just-
valuable information. I learned something real big right now. So that's very, very big to know. Good to know.
It is.
I have a comment question. I have not a question, a follow-up. I just tried something and I wanted to help James. What you could do is assume that you already had FBSC and then try to select the option of FBSC and then and the two you go to the Feg BSC and type in the number you want to convert. It'll show up a number, a value, so that way you could quickly check. I just tried that.
I would like you to repeat that only because you used a term that doesn't make sense. You said FBSC,
Wrap
and I'm assuming I'm talking about.
Now that's necessarily not going to be the problem because I know exactly how much BSC when I'm wrapping it, it's going to be, whether it's ETH or it's the second.
No, not the. Go to try the second step. Even though if you're not wrapped it, try the second step.
Paul, what you mean is basically just put it as you would sell it, and just put that same amount as Pancake gives you, and then you will see the amount FBNB you will get.
Right. I'm talking about the second step. Assume that you already converted, and then in the from option, select FBNB, and put one FBNB, and there's two options. Select the Feg BSC, right? And
right,
it'll
you're
show
just
you
seeing how many tokens you'll get. You wrapped it, right?
Yes.
What you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, the second step. The second step I'm talking about, assuming that you wrapped it.
Yeah.
And put the number in the from and to change it to the second step that you would normally buy Feg, right?
Right.
Second step. So it will automatically try to calculate. It's just a tool, right? So
right.
It will show you how many numbers, how much Feg you would get.
Right.
If you're assuming that you would convert one wrapped BNB, it'll tell you how much Feg you will get. It's without even executing the actual wrap.
So how about just in more simple terms? Let's say, I'm just going to give you as an example. You go to PancakeSwap, you put in one BNB purchase price. It gives you 350 Fegs. It's just a rhetorical number. It doesn't matter. Correct. Then you go to Feg Exchange. If you hold the Feg, you put that you want to sell it. So you put Feg BSC to FBNB, and then you just put 350 Fegs as to sell. And in return, you should be able to receive at the value of FBNB, and then you can assume if there's a difference or not as well in that way. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that would be more in a general. If it's good in general, you think that's fine, or you think if I wanted 20, it would be the numbers would be changing. Are we doing this in general, or is it specific? We should be doing that specifically.
No, it's just general sort of. In case you do not want to wrap and lose 2%, for the quick check. Right. For the quick check, you can just put the amount of Feg you want, same amount of Feg as you would get on Pancake, and see what does it come back as return. So let's say at that moment, I've seen it going both ways, and I'm quite crafty that way. I've been checking before even anyone's been talking, and I used to even do what is called the bakery swap, and bakery swap used to give me better. They're not Feg related, but somewhere else. I used to do it for a long time. And I'm just saying, imagine if you put one BNB in a Pancake on the top, and you get in return 350 Fegs, then you just go on a Feg, and then you say, I want to sell 350 Fegs, and that will cost you, that in return you get, for example, 0.097 FBNB. That means that you're already getting better value in a pancake, or other way around. If you get 350 fegs and you get 1.02 FBNB, that means that your value is actually better in the exchange at that same time. If that makes sense.
The problem is I got to generate that 2% as well.
No, you wouldn't, because you would just sell it and don't confirm it.
Yeah, but a pancake swap, let's say, is giving I get more at pancake swap, let's just say, at the given time. I then have to generate how much that total 2% that is going to get taken for me to go over to pancake swap. See what I'm saying? If I was having to leave after I've already wrapped. So you got to do that math too, because you're going to lose a total of 2% if you end up going.
The point, James, the point I'm trying, I understand what you're saying, but the point I'm trying to, so let's say you want to buy a feg. You don't need to, if you hold the feg, you don't actually have to wrap it or unwrap it. You just put it as you would sell it, the same amount as you would get in a pancake. And so look at the difference of FBNB to the BNB. So one BNB on pancake, and look at the difference of FBNB on a feg exchange. If it's more or less, you can understand the difference, or you're getting more or less.
Okay. So you're using the feg that you already got, and you're using it as an option to sell it.
You already got as an indicator.
Gotcha. You're working backwards just to see if it's on point.
Yes. So let's say, obviously, if you buy one BNB worth of on a pancake, you get 350 coins. You go on a feg exchange, you put that you want to sell 350 coins, and then you will see the value of FBNB you get. If it's less than that, then obviously you get more in a pancake swap. But if it's more than that, then other way around. If it's less, then you get a more at a feg exchange. But if it costs more in a pancake, if the returns more in a exchange, you get.
But then, if it does end up being the case, then I still have to generate that 2% into the equation, right?
Correct. That would be the case. Afterwards, yes. 1%. 1% initially, 2% if you decide to sell afterwards.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing that can kind of.
But wouldn't pancake swap already also charge a 2%? That's in the contract, right? So that's irrespective of you're doing
correct. Pancake swap would make a charge as well. So I think they got between 2 to 3% charge on their purchase, because there's always saying liquidity provider fee on the bottom.
Okay, so it probably just evens out then necessarily. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Well, good. Thank you, man. That helped a lot. I didn't even think about possibly doing that. Of course, people have to. That won't work for people that don't have any feg yet, but people that do have, or would it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just then you don't need to swap it, because sometimes it can change the time, especially when there was very, very busy time during the pump. It took. I don't know. It took about 2 hours for me to execute the F to FBNB, and this way you can literally see straight away. Right.
Now, Paul, let me ask you one thing. When it takes that long, I think I know the answer to this, but when it is taking, just when the system is just or the whatever you want to call it is just super slow, and it's that order that you processed is just taking hours and hours. When the market is going up and down, because Feg is very volatile, that is constantly going to be changing, right? Because it's like when it's processing that order, it's like big scoops that they're scooping out, and the market's going up and down in this same process, right?
There's a way around of it, and the way around of it. Once you receive your confirmation, you can actually change your gas fee, increase your gas fee, and you're going to be prioritized, mate.
Well, you can change it after it's already done?
No, so once you request for so first one thing, you have to press a swap, right? Then a contract will pop up saying confirm the contract, and you would see the cost of that contract or that transaction, and there's an option to edit it, and then you can increase your GUI and that's sort of increasing your gas fee, and that would prioritize you over other people who don't pay more to the gas fee.
Can we do that on Feg's exchange?
I'm sure there's exactly the same contract pops up that you have to approve every single transaction, mate. I'm not 100%. I've not done it. I've seen on a Pancake, and I'm not 100%.
Well, yeah, I know you can do it on Pancake, but I was unaware you could do it on the exchange.
Because you still have to approve the contract, right? That you approve in this transaction, irrelevant to the exchange. I think so.
Paul, it's not technically done on the exchange. It's more done through the confirmation pop-up of Trust Wallet.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like the same thing I said before with the gear in the top right corner. So right before you click confirm and send that off, before you send that smart contract off, you crank it up a bit there. And like what everybody was saying before with the staking issue and the gas fee, I believe Josh was saying that no matter what amount he was staking, the gas fee always came back as $1.34. And yeah, that's most likely the problem there with that staking problem. And I think if people did up their gas fee, they probably wouldn't end up with the error, because that's where it's trying to scrape that proper gas fee to charge you properly so that it actually goes through. But if it's not enough to actually make that transaction go through, you're going to spend that gas and nothing's going to come from it. So it's
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that, because I don't know, I was spacing out. Of course, you can alter it. So I don't know what I was.
There is one more little trick you can use in a Pancake in case of you decide to, at least for now, till sort of as Paul mentioned earlier, till we clearly understand and definitely getting our exchange cheaper and all the times when we move the liquidity. However, if you do decide to use a Pancake swap, there is actually a little trick you can use and just buy with 0.1% of a slippage.
Right.
And that being is that let's say you buy. I'm just gonna give you random numbers, so don't quote me on this number.
No, I always do 3% because of the volatility,
but
right?
You can buy with 1.1% by. Let's say for one BNB, you can buy 328 billion, 600 and so on, whatever numbers. So instead of all the rest numbers, just put 328 billion, 0.00000, and it will go through with 0.1%. As long as the exchange or the price is not very volatile at the time and not changing very oftenly, but you can get it through with 1.1%.
Have you done that with Feg?
I've done it myself probably about 20-30 times, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done that as well with every coin that I've ever purchased on Pancake. So what I do after I adjust the slippage and it gives me the error message, or you can do it beforehand, but the 2 box, like where your Feg would be, when it populates that number, say you buy billions or trillions, whatever it is, the last digit, I end up deleting the last number, no matter what it is, a 0, a 1, a 2, doesn't matter what it is. The last digit, you delete it and then just add a 0 back and then click swap, and it'll give you the swap for that 0.01 slippage.
So you do the slippage 0.01?
No, just 0.01.
Point. Sorry, you guys cut out. You said 0.1?
Yeah, 0.1.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Way cool. Because I was doing it 3, because I was told by somebody that the volatility is so bad it won't process. Because I've had it not process a few times.
Yeah, if it's like super packed busy, you're probably going to have to up that to 4 sometimes even to make it go through.
Okay. Yeah, because if it just won't process, it won't process. I had that issue where it's like it would only process if I moved it up to 3. I mean, it's not actually changing your actual, amount, right? It's just saying when it fluctuates, it's just going to hit where it's at, right?
Right. It's just the amount you're willing to pay on the spread difference as the volatility hits and prices change.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome, guys. All right, cool, man. I got a little couple more tools in the tool chest.
Guys, hi. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting. I just have a quick question, if you don't mind. I just wanted to know if it's possible that Paul gives me 5 minutes of his time to check his DMs, and if he can be replaced during the time he's there, because I've sent him 2 voice messages, which are pretty important, if it's possible.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
I'm DMing at the moment.
Hi, Paul.
Let me get back to
Oh,
that.
sorry.
That's okay.
No, it's a quick
matter at hand. So okay. So guys, I'm going to step out for a moment. I'm going to respond to EH. I'll be back.
Cut Crow's here and myself here as well. And
K-Crow's here. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm off from my
you people better straighten up, fly right, or he'll ban your ass. I'm telling you.
I do have the fastest ban in the West. I'll tell you that much.
Fastest ban in the West. I love it. Okay, guys, I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. Meantime, just somebody might have some questions, guys. Has anybody got any questions?
Hello.
Hello, man.
Hello.
So I have a.
What's your question?
I wanted to rebuy some Feg on Pico, but I have to wait for my money to come to Binance.
Mm-hmm.
Today I look at the Feg track and I see that the price has jumped again, or the value of Feg jumped 50%. So do you guys think Feg will dip again in the next days to rebuy?
That's a difficult question to answer, brother. It depends. It very well, it might, not very well, but it might. If the bridge isn't released in that time, I'm not sure how long. How long it's going to take for your funds to become available.
You know how I see it. I'll explain you slightly differently how I explained to my mate, and he actually ended up going in and ended up winning a big time. So let's assume that it does dip, yeah. So we are at 16 points at the moment. So let's say dips by 4 points maximum. Imagine if you had to actually buy at 22 and actually goes up, so you actually end up losing like much more than you would if you wait for the dip, if that makes sense. So it's just the 3 points. If you're willing to sort of sit on a 3-point loss, that's absolutely fine. But if it gains, you're actually going to end up losing more. Did that make sense?
So basically, you mean invest now?
Look at the average dip point. So we had about 9, 10, where it was very, very for a very short period of time, but it's been sitting around the 13, 14 points constantly, right? Do you understand what I mean by 13, 14 points?
Not really.
So
I'm not.
If you look at the price now, it says 1.6. So that's what I'm calling 16 points or 14 points or 15 points. 1.6 now. 169,223. So 16 points. Do you understand it now?
Yeah.
So let's say it's been sitting around the 13, 14 points all the time. It's on this consolidation period. And twice it has gone under 12 points, I believe. So in my logic is like that. My mate bought one at 17 points and then it went to 23 points. And he said to me, I'm going to wait. He said, don't wait. If it goes down chance is very small, but it can, as Kakro mentioned. But if it goes up, you actually end up losing more. It just ended at the moment. The most you can potentially lose is just 2 or 3 points of the value you invested in a Feg right now, but the gain is actually much bigger.
Okay, I understand.
Did you understand it or not? Seriously,
I understand. You basically mean if I don't go in now and it bumps, I lose more.
Correct. You would lose more if you're willing to lose. If you're willing to lose 2 or 3 points in case the price drops. That's what I'm trying to say. So your money might slightly dip. However, if it pumps, you actually end up losing more.
We're still pretty low compared to the all-time high, man. Like it's pretty good.
Correct. Yes, and 16 points I think is decent price. Sort of, there is a chance of it going down to 13, 14, absolutely. But you almost have to be sitting in a front of computer and sort of trying to catch it, because when people see it, they'll just pump a few £100 each into. Sorry, I spoke in British currency. A few $100 each and push it back to 16. So
Okay.
for the peace of mind, try to sort of around this area. But it's not fun. You need to make your own decision. It's just my analogy, how I see it. I believe that it's better to sort of be willing to lose 3 points if it goes downwards, instead of buying 5 points upwards where you can get even less coins for the money.
Right. Good point.
And also the graph currently, it's an uptrend. It already went down, and then it's an trending upwards. Unless there's a really bad news, something affects the whole industry, I don't think it'll drop drastically down. So
probably not, but as I said, it's been sitting solidly between 13 and 15 points around that number.
Yes.
So if you lose 3 points, you lose, I don't know, $20, $30 based on how much you invest, 100, 200. But if it goes up, you actually end up losing much more. So that's how I see it. That's how my mate invested, and he actually ended up making a good bag because of my advice. But this is not advice to you. You need to make your mind up by yourself, man. It's just my analogy.
Okay, thanks on that. And other question. So the big project is from Feg is to make a bridge between BSC network and ETH network. Is that right?
So this is one of the few applications we're going to be offering on exchange. Yes, but this is actually one of the major things, the bridge between ETH and BSC side.
Okay, and is there any proof that will happen actually?
So I've had it. So there is a bridge existing on the centralized exchanges already. So when you swap your Ethereum for a BNB, so that's the bridge already. So the guy, the Fegrox is actually working on background coding as we speak. And as far as we go, and many people, Kakro and everybody, can say that if you look at a roadmap on our website, you will see the delivery of the promises, and even over delivering sort of on what's been promised by the roadmap. So everything's been delivered so far. So I have full confidence myself, based on my opinion, that this is going to be delivered, and maybe even a few days earlier, a few days later. I'm not 100% sure, but Kakro maybe add on that on top of me.
Yeah. Hi everyone.
Just a second, mate. Code.
One
Just
second.
a second.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
You said there is already a BNB ETH bridge on
Binance. I don't know if you guys have, if anybody's used it, but I have, and I'm going to tell you something right now. Don't use it. It's awful. So I did $120 worth of ETH after gas fees, right? I'm not an idiot. And I tried getting BNB with it. I don't know what the hell they thought that they were doing, but they didn't give me BNB. They gave me Binance Peg Ethereum, and it was $25 worth.
What are we talking about?
The bridge on Binance.
Gotcha.
It's absolute garbage. I would literally never suggest somebody use it. It just doesn't work. And I've asked people, right, who do have some experience in using that, and it's like universal. It just sucks.
So I have actually did yesterday, Kakro. I helped my mate sell house because he wanted to push his money into the Feg. So well, I ended up paying like $100 just to sell it. That's on Uniswap. That's crazy. Then I had to pay to push it back to their Binance. But when I pressed, obviously I'm in EU Binance, European Binance, so it was actually very, I'd say, faultless. I went to it's called Convert, and I just pressed Convert ETH to BNB, and it happened in a second, and I did not lose much money. Anything, it happened very, very nicely yesterday. But I'm not sure that's for European. I'm not sure US different or not, man.
It could be. I don't know. I think Binance just hates me then. But it's there was a guy in here last time I was talking about it, and he said he tried using it too and had the same experience as me. So maybe it's just like, maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe it picks and chooses.
Going back to the point Matt being said that yes, so this is already existing in a real world as use case. It's just Fegrox is working, probably pushing out all the bugs and improving the code to make sure it works faultlessly on our exchange. Probably that's why it's taking as long as it's taken, even though it's actually not taking that long. We've just been live for about 3.5 months, 4 months as a token. And when did we launch exchange? Sorry, I can't remember. It was 2 months ago, 1.5 months ago.
For what?
When did we launch exchange itself?
Oh, that was about almost 2 months ago. Yeah,
so 2 months ago. So we have a full confidence in our dev that is actually going to deliver it. And probably initially there might be some little bugs, but this is going to be worked out, and we'll get rid of it very quickly. I hope that answered your question, man.
Yeah, and what makes the bridge from Feg better or as the bridge from Binance?
So we are DeFi project. That's for one thing. Imagine if you were to buy a coin. Let's say you hold your coins on Ethereum. Yeah. Let's say you don't hold any BNB. So you want to buy BNB coin. So what would be the process you would do if you wanted to buy a coin on Ethereum? With Ethereum, you would like to buy a BSC coin. What would you do in normal circumstances? You would send your money back to your Binance, then you would convert it to the BNB, then you would send your BNB to the MetaMask or Trust Wallet, and then you would be able to purchase your BNB or BSC token. So this bridge is gonna cut that time frame and you having to go back to centralized exchange by a big time. That's sort of the purpose behind it, right?
So you
was
can
that a
basically
question?
Sorry, mate, you've cut out. Can you repeat that, please?
So basically you can swap from BNB to ETH or backwards on your Trust wallet.
So Trust Wallet, to my knowledge, does it through third parties, on top of taking out their own fee.
No, I mean with the
exchange, yes. Exchange. It meant exchange, yes. Correct.
Oh, I thought you meant like on Trust Wallet. I was like, you could sell it, I guess, your ETH for USDT or something and try to get around that.
Now, so what he was asking, would you be able to basically swap your ETH using a Feg bridge to the BNB straight away, like using a token. So you will be able to swap to the different token, which is on BSC side, right, Cockroach?
Okay, yeah. So the way I've had it described to me is, let's say you have, I don't know, Dogecoin 420.69, smoke it, right? And you wanted to get, I don't know,
Hoj, yeah, Hoj. That is on Ethereum
sure,
side. Though.
yeah. You want to get Hoj, so you would go from Dogecoin 420.69 to Feg BSC to Feg ETH and then to Hoj, right?
Yes, to my understanding as well, mate. So you would swap your Feg BSC to the Feg ETH, and then you would get the mountain value of not the 1-to-1, but dollar value of your token, and then you'll be able to buy that house.
Okay, thanks for your time. That answered my...
Quick question if there's an opening.
Go on, man.
Right on. I know, based off of what we've seen today, with this kind of more of like a technical question, do y'all think we're finding a new support level here today, or we're gearing up for a fun weekend and like a quicker parabolic event timeline?
I don't know, to be honest. It's been a 3-week period in all previous pumps, but what we need to take in account, then we had 50,000 and 150,000 people, but now we're getting close to the 500,000. So in my personal opinion, I think there is the 3-week period is going to be cut down to definitely to 2 weeks, but it could be even less than that. It's just very, very unpredictable at the moment. It could blow up any moment. Since this pump has stopped, I think we have added something like 50,000 more people. So that's
Wait, is that today? I haven't seen the numbers today. That's 50,000 today after our little run.
Really? So that's even crazy. I've not even checked all day.
I was asking a question. I was about to say I haven't been able to see.
No, it's been since the big pump.
Okay.
So 50,000 people, and people need to sort of gain a trust and a confidence in the project. They won't just come in and, I'm just gonna smash it 10 grand or 20 grand in. Once they learn about the project, understand, join this voice chat, then they would be more confident to actually invest in this project. And when it's starting the pump, the FOMO will start, fear of missing out, and that sort of is going to start reflecting it. But I think we still got a little bit to go. That's my personal opinion. It's probably going to be short. Sorry.
I was about to say I hear you on it being a little bit shorter. I was hoping I wasn't the only one thinking that it'd be at least till the other end of the weekend till we hit a big one, because I'm trying to dump some more in when I get paid next time.
Yeah,
and hoping we're still at a pretty decent price.
All of us. So yeah, definitely, man. Okay, let's move on.
Hello?
Sorry, mate. Did Keystone? Sorry, did I answer your question, man?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you,
Mr. Code. Would you like to ask your question?
I just heard about someone talked about slippage, and I want to ask something because I've always been using 13 slippage.
13%.
Yeah, 13%, and the first time I used 0.1, and it worked. And when it was too busy on the swap market, I had to increase my slippage for it to work properly. So I don't know if 0.1 still works or 1.1 still works.
It does if the price doesn't fluctuate crazy. So I had it failed as well. So advised slippage is 3%. Sometimes you need to increase to 4 and 5%. But this 0.1% would work only if the price is quite stable.
Okay.
So that's basically you saying the pancake swap. This is a price difference I'm willing to accept at the point of my purchase, and you put the slippage on.
Okay. So I want to ask another question. The Feg exchange and the Pancake exchange for Feg token, which is more better?
Well, according to what we're developing at the moment, personally, in my opinion, this Feg exchange is due to the things it's going to offer, such as FRAP, smart swap, bridge, uh, rocks token integration, so many other things. As far as the functionality at the moment, as Paul MC said, you need to look at the cost of your Feg token at the moment. But it's just literally for you to decide. So both of them works perfectly. It's what's your preference and where you can get a better deal at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be help.
Okay, mate. I
Thank you.
think Mr. Thin had a question. I think
Um,
Mr.
so
Thin, sorry.
yeah, thanks. So I have a question about whether, I mean, earlier someone recommended me to use changenow.io to convert my BTC from my Trust wallet to BNB, and then just try to figure out like, oh, whether anyone has been using that service. Like, it's a little bit confused to me because all they ask is his how many BTC you want to convert to BNB, and then you just have to put the destination address. But it just confused me that like, how do they know how many BTC I have? Because they don't ask for the origin address; they only ask for the destination address.
I've had like few weeks ago I did hear somebody mention about change.io. However, I've not tried it myself, and I would always, I'm not saying the person suggested is probably telling the truth, but these sort of services I'm just staying away from. That's my personal opinion, and I can't really comment on somebody has used it or not, but based on my personal experiences and everything, I stay away from things like that. I try, if it needs be, I use something centralized, whatever, but I just use that way, man. I don't know. Somebody has a guys in a chat, if somebody has ever used this
Yeah.
changed IO thing, please, guys?
Yes.
Okay, mate, can you please tell us
Yeah.
about it,
Yes, I
please?
have. So right. So I've used one time. So initially it'll tell you. I think there are two screens. First screen you need to enter from and to, and then how much you're gonna. So if it takes you to the next screen there, it'll ask you the sender address and receiver address, wallet address. So it does take you a couple of screens. But you need to make sure. I think they do have some charges, right? So it won't be exactly the conversion. It'll take some fees, and
Yeah,
you will
definitely
get.
some charge it, but I think the confusing part, like I was saying, is they
Mhm.
just say here's how many BTC to BNB, right?
Right.
And then they say here what is the destination, which is gonna be my BNB address on my Trust
Right.
wallet. But
Mhm.
then I mean, how do they know how many BTC I have? Do they just reusing the same address, or
No.
like that's what
So
confused me.
right. So on that page, you have to put in your BNB wallet, right? So it will take you to the next screen where they'll send that, hey, this is your address where you need to send the BNB to, sorry, BTC to. So they'll give you an address that you have to paste it where you have to send that BTC. So they'll receive your address. They will
The
give you
page
the
after
wallet.
that. Okay,
Right.
because I only saw like 2 pages. I did once earlier, like I just mocking like
Hmm.
here I'm sending 20 Bitcoin to BNB, and I put
Right.
the destination of my address, and it
Hmm.
just goes straight to the confirmation page already. Like it just so that I'm like,
It'll tell
okay,
you.
good.
No, it will.
Um,
Yeah, it will actually. Yeah, they won't. How do they know where to get it
yeah,
from?
that's why it confused me. Like, how did they know how many BTC I have? Doesn't make any sense. So okay, so they send
Right.
you the address that you, I
Yes.
guess, initiate. We withdraw from your Trust wallet.
Right. So they will tell you where to send that. They will tell you if there's a note that you need to put in. They'll tell you, but normally there's no note. But yes, they will tell you an address where you need to send the BTC to. They'll receive an address.
Mr. Finch, just a little advice. Just do the little test run. It might
Right.
cost you $5 or $10, but just don't send your full amount. Do the little test run and just put like 0.000 whatever Bitcoin you send in. Pay $5 extra. Don't don't
Yes, that's true.
like
That's
want
true.
to like pay $5 for a fee. Don't be stingy. Like I want to save it. At least you're gonna be secure that you're actually receiving. So personally, me, I don't care if it's a Binance, everything. I would always send the least amount possible just to make sure it's a correct network or a correct address, everything. Even though I am 100% certain, I would always do the test runs, and that's for everybody, guys. Because in this space, if you send it and it's sent to incorrect address or anything like that, you can say bye-bye to your money. You won't get it back.
That was a very important tip. People should really, really listen to that because that's a very, very smart thing to do.
So far, I was buying something on. That was my first experience with buying a Bitcoin and sending, and I think I bought. If I'm not making a mistake, I bought Ethereum and I sent a Bitcoin address basically, and that was 2.5 months ago, and that was only one of mistakes I've made, and I've never made a mistake ever again. Yes, always don't be stingy. Better be willing to pay $5 extra, but receiving your full amount. Like today, I've sent Litecoin from Whitebit to Binance, and I've done it before, and it doesn't matter. For my friend, I've still used the least minimum of Litecoin option, and I've sent it to Binance, made sure it arrives, and then I sent it again. So, and it worked. And always do this. Always do this. Check sends or sending checks to make sure you get your money.
Thanks a lot, G-Man.
Hey guys,
I
have a quick question. If that's okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm really new here. I literally just got FBNB a couple of days ago. I have it in my Trust wallet, and now my question is what I just didn't understand so far is what's my main reason, or do I have to swap FBNB to Feg BSC? Is there what would that give me?
So correct. So initially you need to. So when you get your coin on a Trust wallet, there's two ways of receiving a coin on a Trust wallet. One is BEP2, which is just a BNB, which you can convert to the smart chain, or one is a BEP20, which you can directly send as a smart chain, right? So after it, you need to swap your smart chain for the FBNB because it's a different contract. So it needs to execute that request. And then you swap your FBNB for Feg BSC. But if it's on Ethereum side, you swap FETH for Feg only. So it doesn't have anything added to it. You just need to make sure you always keep a little bit of a smart chain coin BNB on your wallet so it can be taken to be used for your network fees.
All right, that makes sense. So if I'm getting this right, the FBNB so far is literally only wrapped Binance, pretty much.
Correct.
And I wanna swap that over to the actual token.
Feg BSC, but make sure you left yourself a little bit. It can be 0.09 smart chain BNBs on your wallet because you will need it for contract execution.
All right. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
So often people swap all smart chain for FBNB and then they're wondering why can't I finish their contract execution or confirmation. And it won't happen unless you have that smart chain left on your wallet. And if it's the first time, you're actually going to have to approve that contract before you execute. So you're going to approve it, and then you're going to execute and confirm it for the execution.
All right. But so because I've held the FBNB so far for the last couple of days, am I still getting rewards
Correct.
while holding FBNB, or
Correct.
only if I hold the token?
Correct, you do, because it's wrapped, and every time somebody comes in and goes out, they charge 1% fee, and that 1% fee is being redistributed between the holders based on a percentage of the FBNB pool you holding, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But then, so if I hold FBNB and I get that reward, then what's my actual reason to swap that FBNB into the actual token?
You're not getting Feg. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'll let James go on, James.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, basically, if you're wrapping it like you're wrapping the BNB, you're earning rewards in BNB. You're not going to be getting the rewards in Feg. So if you want to get rewards in Feg, then yeah, you got to do the extra step.
Okay, that makes sense.
And plus another thing, it's when you get in to buy a Feg. Let's say you get just 1%, or 2% or 1%, depends, if it's coming in and going out. But it gets distributed between FBNB holders. But let's assume you buy Feg. First, you don't get rewards, as James said. Second, if the price changes, obviously your bag starts increasing. The value of your actually Feg BSC increases by itself because there's more purchases, right? So more people purchasing, your bag is becoming sort of more valuable. So that's, you can lose out of actually holding a Feg and price increase.
Right. Yeah.
Does it sound better? I mean, you wouldn't recommend that we keep the smart change. I mean, beside keeping for the contract fee, but it sounds to me that's a good idea that I should convert majority of my smart change to FBSC or FBNB and just leave it there, right?
So correct, mate. So if you don't want to, let's put it this way: if you don't want to, if you have a smart chain BNB sitting on your wallet and doing nothing, and you don't want to buy Feg as we speak, the best advice is to go and convert it to FBNB and get these rewards if somebody buys or sells this FBNB, because you get that 1% shared between all FBNB holders. So I'm gonna give you sort of an example I've heard around a little bit. So this guy was holding 7 FETH, and he was getting $120 a day. The other guy was holding 0.9 FETH, and he was in 2 weeks he got 1.112 ETH back. My friend literally was holding 0.14 something 58 ETH, and he's got like 0.00. He's got $12 in a day, holding $700 of ETH.
Wow.
Yes, $12 a day. He got. We converted it, and he was holding $7 worth of ETH, and he got in return $12, man, in a day. And the exchange actually just stopped pushing through all these pumps. It was just a simple downwards day and no pumps, nothing. $12 a day.
Ask you, if you could, let's say, wrap your ETH or wrap your BNB. Like if I got some money and I'm thinking about putting it into maybe ETH or BNB, which one do you think would get me the most benefit? You think for just money that I got that I would want to wrap?
So you can actually go and check the size of the liquidity of FETH or FBNB on a BSC scan or Ether scan, and then you can sort of decide sort of where you can. I can't really comment. John, have you ever had the experience? You wanted to add something, Matt? Go on.
Well, the news that was going around was basically BNB has a 200% APY and Ethereum was around 120, but that was the math done a couple weeks back before the pump, all the new volumes and stuff. So it's probably maybe even a little more or a little less. I'm not sure, but like regardless, if you got Ethereum or BNB, you got to wrap it because like you're gonna reap on all the rewards, right? Like if you're a bag holder, you're gonna want to wrap everything else you have just to get more rewards, right?
Yeah, it's smart, totally. Yeah, you're wasting money. or you're not getting that, man.
Fluctuate with the BNB price, right? Like if the BNB happened to be like Elon somehow, it tweeted and BNB the whole it just went downhill. Does the wrap also fluctuate price as well, or is that just like
correct?
Yeah, so it follows the exact same price as BNB. So when BNB goes up, it goes up, and when it goes down, it goes down. But you're always going to be receiving those F rewards. So your BNB balance will trickle up, like it'll actually start trickling up, and you'll end up with more. So say it's 600 a BNB, and over the next like couple of months, you hold it as FBNB, and the price goes up and down, 500 for a BNB, 600 for a BNB. When you come back to that 600 with your FBNB, it's going to be more than that, right? Like when it hits 600 again, it's going to be worth 600 plus on top of that, whatever rewards you've earned, basically. So
Sweet. Okay. Yeah, I guess I should convert them. It's better now.
So there's one more thing I'd like to add, guys. So if you convert your ETH or BNB to a FETH or FBNB, make sure you add MetaMask, pick the contract up from a fegtoken.com, or on Trust Wallet, I think is as an option already. You can just accept it or tick it. Just move that little thing and it'll show on your Trust Wallet. So you see your FBNB or FE balance. And I'm going to actually read out one of the statements done by the FegRocks about the FETH and FRAP system itself. Just give me a second. I'll find it. Meantime, John, can you just pick up for me?
So it's kind of automated with the Trust Wallet?
So inside Trust Wallet, you will go like the same way you add a custom token, right? You would go in there. There's the search bar. If you just type Feg Wrapped, you will find all the different Feg Wrap tokens that are available, ERC20s and BSC side. And then you can just check mark those. But the thing about those coins, the FRAP coins, they will not show you a dollar value because there's technically no dollar value attached to them as an FRAP. So you will see that it increases, like say you have 0.1 and a bunch of numbers. You'll notice those numbers just constantly keep going up.
Is there a way to periodically find out that number cash amount?
So if you go to fegwrap.com, I'm not sure if it's been turned back on, but there is a tracker button at the bottom. If you click that tracker button, it will show you all the different wrap tokens that you have that are in the list. But if you've wrapped and deployed your own, it probably won't show those. But it does show a dollar amount and how much rewards you've received if it's working. I know there was a bug with it, and I think they might have shut it off, but there is that option when it is available.
Oh, the secondary
Hey guys,
I
just want to let you know that I'm here. Can I add something to that?
Absolutely.
Sure. So IWrap is you just look at the BNB. Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah,
just look at the BNB, the cost of how much BNB cost if you have the FRAP, because you'll have the amount of what you have earned in wrapping in as soon as you look, say like for instance I have Trust Wallet, so I have earned say like 0.3, then I'll go and look at what BNB cost and I'll divide it by that, and that's how I figure out how much I earn.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted, the best thing would be just screenshot when you put your FBNB in a FRAP, or when you put your BNB in FRAP, but just screenshot your amount and you'll see the difference. And as Solate said, just put like on a Google, what I normally do, just put a BNB to USD calculator and you will directly put it in there and it'll work for you. Probably they're going to sort out that frap.com website and you'll be able to see it directly in there without actually doing anything.
Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, you guys. Awesome.
I'll read out the what the FegRocks had to say about it. Probably you have some of you seen it, some of you not, but let me just read out for you guys. Sorry, I'm just I found it. And it says actually, let's see if you can all wrap your heads around this one. Our wrapping system is much more than meets the eye. It helps keep crypto decentralized and helps the fights with the new scares everyone is having with the capital gains taxes. When you wrap your Ethereum, you no longer own Ethereum. You now hold a valueless token that allows you to lower your registered assets holdings. It gains value again after unwrapped. It allows you to be able to say, what 10 million worth of ETH? I don't own any ETH. And at the same time, it provides APY, which is return, a percentage. It's going to usher a new era of decentralized finance. It almost a replacement of banking system at the same time.
Oh my God, that is like the Picasso to my ears, man.
Yeah, so, and it's just the beginning, and they're looking to allow to wrap every single coin, as far as I'm aware, right, Soleil?
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, it's just another way to, I don't know if I want to say hide capital gains, but you know, by the time when you unwrap it, obviously you got to pay for it. And I don't know how everything is going to work out. Hopefully, you know, one day in the future, you know, he might come up with a system where we're able to use, you know, whatever's wrapped in like a credit card or something. I don't know, but wrapping is really good. If it's just sitting in your wallet, wrap everything now.
I was told that it does it? You can claim 100% loss once you wrap it.
I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor.
I wouldn't say so. I'm not sure. You're gonna have to probably, James. I'm not seriously. You're gonna probably have to talk with your accountant on that.
Hey, if you're trying to do stuff like that, I encourage you to Google Project Hidden Treasure, Peter Thiel, and then think about it again.
All about that.
Yeah.
Well, no, somebody in here told me that, so that's the only reason
I brought it up last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
You brought it up last. What?
Yeah. It was like a week and a half ago. Yeah.
About possibly about it being a loss.
No, Project Hidden Treasure is.
Oh, that's the IRS. I know.
That's
all about
the IRS partnering with Palantir to use AI to basically scan the blockchains to search for people trying to do tax evasion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
no,
guys,
somebody was breaking it down. Somebody was breaking down the wrap, and they were saying if you really wanted to get technical about it, according to what's happening when you wrap it, it now is worth nothing. So they said that's where they went with that. They said it technically would be a loss.
Was that someone who's a certified like CPA and specializes in,
No,
crypto?
it was one of these It was one of your guys' moderators.
So absolutely, guys, I would advise you to not to follow your country's legislation. So we want to sort of move away from this sort of topic. We can sort of slightly touch it, but as far as it goes, my advice to everybody: follow your country's laws, and follow your tax laws. Let's move on. Thank you.
That's why I brought up that project, because it's like not worth even talking about.
Correct, mate. Okay, James. Thank you, Matt. Has anybody else got any questions?
I'm still a little confused. I have a little follow-up question.
Go on, man.
So as of right now, what will be smarter for me to hold? FBNB or wrap or swap that one, the FBNB I have right now, into Feg BSC?
So
Feg BSC for sure, because you're going to get mad. You know, right now, since we're so early, we want to collect as much tokens as we can, because that's going to be the greatest gain. So if you have everything wrapped and it's not doing anything, sure, you know, have it wrapped. But if you've got the ability to make a decision whether you want to wrap or you want to have the tokens, and which is going to make more in rewards, having the having the Feg BSC is going to give you more rewards at this point. When you're ready to wrap, that's when you're ready to have residual income. So if you have enough tokens where, say, you want to wrap 40 BNB, that's going to make you like either 40 or 400. I forgot what the numbers were. That's going to make you like 8K a month. So right now, the game is trying to get as much tokens as possible, and that will give you much more gains, and then you wrap.
So token as in Feg BSC and not FBNB.
Yeah, FBNB is wrapping.
Okay,
so you're not
so
going to
that's
get that
not
much
what
right
I want
now
right now.
Yeah, you're not going to get that much for wrapping.
Okay.
Compared to if you were to hold and get as much tokens.
Is that why all these rappers are tweeting about Feg?
Why?
They're probably tweeting about Feg because they're really super excited. I mean,
They're
we're not
just good
paying them.
rappers.
Oh God.
That's an inside. That's a dad joke. Ah ha 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 ha. Got it.
No, so bottom line, to sum it up, bottom line, I want to swap all my wrap ones into the actual token.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're gonna get more rewards.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Do we have any other questions?
Wouldn't it be smart to wrap them and then just sit on it and accumulate, then buy the token?
No, because our price is low. Why would you want to wait for another leg up? It's just you'll get less tokens.
Okay. I didn't know if the rate of when you wrap it is increasing it for. Yeah, I guess I don't know. It would be.
Yeah, the only rewards that you're getting from wrap is every time someone unwraps, and that's not a lot right now.
Okay, good to know. Got you. Now I understand.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And that's why they say don't stake at the moment either, because you're not going to get as much rewards. So stake later for sure. That's going to give you residual income. All of the reward system will. But right now, since we're so early and the price is lower, get as much tokens as you can, because that's going to multiply your gains.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
That's not financial advice, by the way.
No, that's not financial advice. I'm not a CPA. I'm not certified. I'm not a broker. This is just my opinion, and this is how I'm working it. This is what I'm doing. I did a test, and I don't know if you guys all heard it, but I was trying to figure out, okay, I'm mostly on the ETH side, and I was like, you know what? There's so much more transactions happening on the BSC side than the ETH side, obviously. The ETH side's more for the investor mindset. They're going to buy bigger quantities, and they're going to hold it. So they're not going to have as much transactions on the ETH side. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just put $25 in the BSC side and see what the difference is on, the rewards on just holding it just in transaction wise. So I put $25 in, and it was either like a week or a couple days. We had that last leg where it was just like ginormous, and my $25 turned into over $500, and I'm just mind blown. And I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, I should have had more. So I'm probably like the most excited person that when we have this retracement, that I'm like jumping up and down, because I'm like buying as much as on the BSC side as I can. I don't have a lot on there, obviously it costs more now to buy, so you're not getting as much tokens, but I'm kind of happy with the little bag that I got. At least I got something. And, as soon as we keep on, moving on up, I'm not going to have this like regret of like, man, I had a chance and I didn't buy. So, it's just, it's ridiculous with the gains that we can with just, moving up. I mean, holding. I mean, the retracement was only 43%. That's super healthy. I'm seeing like, a healthy retracement is up to 50%, but with our volume we're having, I mean, I'll take like 60% retracement. That's fine. It's still bullish to me, but 43%, that's not that bad.
You have to consider the run though over only 3-4 weeks. So it's 40% retracement on a, what was it, 8x, 10x run is nothing.
Yeah.
So you think that's going to change when Ethereum basically when they fix the whole fee thing, and you think people are going to start back just basically rushing back to ETH because the only thing holding ETH back pretty much is those high expensive gas fees?
You mean when the version 2 Ethereum comes
Right
to play next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, supposedly supposed to be cheaper with gas
That's a
fees.
year away though.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to wait a whole entire year. If people are asking you,
I'm just saying eventually, if it'll even out like later down the road,
Yeah. I mean, on our side with price, it's going to even out when the bridge comes. But with gas fees, yeah, it will even out eventually. But I mean, with the gains, it's totally worth it.
Right, totally.
So I was playing with the FegX exchange yesterday, and I was wondering, maybe so late you figured it out. Is there a way to take your Feg that's on the east side and get it to the BSC side through a couple swaps on FegX, or no?
No, I think that would be a waste of money. I mean, when the bridge comes out, yes. But right now, you're going to have to sell your ETH, your Feg ETH, pay that 2% tax plus the gas. Then you're going to have to buy the BSC side, pay again. I mean, it's just right now, it's not worth it. You're going to be losing.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, if you want to do that, just wait until, the bridge comes out, and, hopefully the bridge will come out soon. I know the announcement of something, I don't know what, is on Friday with the
That's
AMA.
Feg Rocks.
But I mean, he always comes out with like new stuff. So he'd be like, okay, we're done with this. Yeah, now I'm coming out with that. And then I'm coming out with this, or we completed that. I mean, you never know. He'll wake up, have an idea, and then implement it the next day. Genius. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what the announcement's going to be. It's just, right now I'm just like, okay, hold on. Wait, if you're talking about the Rocks token, hold on, because I just sold and I bought some BSC. So, let me get things in order. So, the Rocks token, I'll be ready for that. But of course, they're going to give us 24 hours. So, we'll have plenty of time to, either wrap the ETH or wrap the BNB to
You need
purchase.
BNB, right, for the Rocks?
Yeah. For the BNB side, you'll need FBNB. So wrap that, get that ready. And then the ETH side, you'll need that wrapped as well. So just don't have ETH. I mean, yeah, of course, have ETH to pay for the taxes, but you don't want to wrap last minute because you're going to be racing against so many people trying to get the token.
Well, so on the website fegrocks.com that I have linked in my little description or whatever, it says one rocks is one BNB, not FBNB. So
that's correct. But the max that you can buy is 0.5. So you can only buy half of a BNB. So but on the ETH side,
but do you use the wrapped BNB to buy or the FBNB to buy?
You use the FBNB, so that's wrapped. You know how you have to buy either the Feg BSC? It's the same thing. You have to have it wrapped.
Okay, the way I read it on the website, it says, literally max by 0.5 BNB. There's no little F in front of it.
No, correct. But I mean, to pay to make it into a token, you can't skip the wrapping.
Got you.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking like this is just because maybe it would be a good idea to like add that little step onto the website.
Well, that's why we're here. I don't know who's in control of that website.
Yeah, maybe throw it up the chain.
I don't even know if marketing is in charge of that website. I think it's, completely, he has that hidden. So no one has any insider information at all. We're all kind of trying to figure things out. And I know that to purchase and to make a token, you have to have it wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why
to be extra? Oh, do you know why what?
I said, do you know why you get more on the ETH side?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because I don't.
You do get.
You get one whole, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So 0.2 is worth one whole token of rocks, and 0.5 is just half rocks. And
There's still
that's
total
just,
supply is the same on each side, though.
yes.
Can I ask another question?
Sure.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity. We are very satisfied. I just had a quick question. We invested on Feg Track, and when are we gonna be able to see you guys on Coinbase or Crypto.coms or any other platforms? And what are the project roadmaps?
I don't know about Coinbase. I don't know about, other exchanges. I just know that when the last leg down, FegRock stated if we burned another 0 or 2, we have the ability to go on, say, like Binance. And then so we have to have, I guess, they can't have as many zeros as we have, the way that they're set up. So if we burned another, 1 or 2 zeros, which now is just 1 0, we'll have the ability to go onto Binance. But the whole thing is we don't have that much liquidity to go pushing around our liquidity to go on different exchanges. Yes, it's nice that we will be in the future, because obviously, everywhere that we're seeing and the ability to, trade, that's better in the long run, right? But right now, we just don't have enough liquidity because we've only been like 3 months old, and it's still locked up until, I believe, June or something, and then we'll have more liquidity. So at that time in June, we'll probably look into, figuring out where we're going to move our liquidity. So yeah, in the future, I mean, sure, I don't see why there's a problem going on any exchange, except for those like little exchanges that are shady, that they, right now I'm hearing, it's so much fees that they're taking from you just to, take out your Feg tokens, and then you're not even getting rewards to it. I mean, that's crazy.
They're independent, though. They're buying up their own liquidity and then
Yeah.
posting.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was going to add. What you need to look at and take in account is that, as so late mentioned, that we have been live only for 3 months. And can you please, Adol, can you just please wait? We'll get to you, man. And 4 of those exchanges have actually, on his own record, went and bought liquidity and added us to the exchange without us doing anything. So by itself, it already speaks the volumes that the power of organic growth this
Yeah.
token has had so far.
Because they want us. They're seeing, our image. They're seeing our name everywhere now, and we're getting known, and they want us. So it's just unfortunate that you don't get rewards when you are trading on their exchanges. But some people like that. Some people just want to day trade, and they just want to gain, that day, and then turn it back to fiat. So some people like it, and some people don't. It just depends on your, your trading strategy. There's nothing wrong with those exchanges. I'm not talking bad about them, but if people who want to hold, I advise going on a DEX. Sorry, on a decentralized exchange.
Hello.
What's up? How you
How
doing?
are you?
I'm in the middle of a conversation trying to solve a question. Would you like to be next? Oh, he's gone. Okay. I'm not as nice as Paul.
Sorry,
That's exactly right. And you people better pay attention to her. I'm telling you right now.
So I have 2 comments.
I had to mute the guy because he was interrupting you. Sorry, late. So I just.
Oh, good. Thank you.
That's nice of you. Thank you so much. I'm done with my question. You can go on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I'll unmute the.
Feg Iran, pump.
Yeah, we're pumping. We are pumping.
So late. So I have
guys, I have
2
a question.
comments.
Hold on 1 second. We'll get to you next. Is that okay?
It's okay. I'll wait.
Okay. Awesome.
So I had 2 comments on what you were just talking about from a liquidity standpoint in those major exchanges. First of all, Feg we're not small by any means with liquidity. We have a 700 million on the ETH side and 744 on the BSC side. So I mean, that's what,
But it's all locked
1.5
up.
billion.
Yeah, it's all locked up. It's all locked up right now.
So, but that's also split between the two sides, right? So the two chains. I think that the Binance, like you were saying, when we burn that 0, like I can't wait. And then just to comment on the Coinbase side, Coinbase's process for listing tokens is much more stringent and it's slower. There's actually been, interestingly enough, last week they had their, I believe, quarterly report, and it was brought up about listing new coins, and there is pressure on Coinbase from their board of directors to expedite. I mean, I'm not talking in specific with Feg, but just in a general sense to address Coinbase, there is pressure on them to start adding more coins quickly. So,
yeah, I mean, I
is no reason.
That.
Yeah, there is no reason that we couldn't see it on Coinbase in the future, but hopefully sooner than later. And I just wanted to add that comment just because that is positive in a sense, especially with us
Eventually, we're going to be everywhere. It's just right now, we're just limited. So we're going to be everywhere eventually. Just people, be patient. I mean, this thing is combined Pancake and Uniswap together. There's no one going to have everything that we have to offer. And we're just going to, there's no need to use another exchange, but I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I mean, it's just ridiculous on what we're going to have to offer, and we're just going to be everywhere.
That's true. May I offer some more input?
Sure.
One of the things we are exactly where we want to be, because first you have to crawl before you walk and walk before you run. The project is barely more than 3 months old. To have this kind of activity, this kind of notice is literally amazing. But like Soleil says, we are going to be everywhere, no question about it. But we have to do what intelligent projects do. So there's this thing, my analogy is, there's this thing called the Ford Motor Company. You may have heard of them. Yeah. When they get ready to put out a new product, they don't take the prototype and blow off the dust and plop it on the showroom floor and go, ta-da, see what we did? No. They take the finished product, fully tested, fully worked out, fully fledged out, and then, buffed, polished, shined, pretty girl in there. Oh, no offense there. Just saying,
Sex sells, man. No problem with that.
And then they plop it out on the showroom floor and say, ta-da. Well, when you write an exchange from the ground up, you're dealing with thousands of pages of code, not thousands of lines of code, thousands of pages of code. And that's what we did. That's what this project did. We built an exchange from the ground up, and we made it very difficult for people to copy, if not impossible. We did that on purpose, so that they can't just abscond with our stuff, plop it over to some other location, and then put a different name on it. When you do something like that from the ground up, it has to be thoroughly tested. It's got to go through the alpha tests and the beta tests and through the teething process. And unlike a couple of other tokens whose names shall not be mentioned, we're not getting the cart before the horse. In these other exchanges, they're advertising the living daylight out of their exchange. Out of their exchange, and it doesn't exist. It's coming. They said so.
Who knows if it'll even show up?
It's coming. No. They put it on the roadmap, man. I mean, if it's on the roadmap, it's a done deal, right? And it's going to be bigger and better than our exchange, and all this neat and cool stuff's going to happen. Well, fine. What happens if it doesn't happen? What effect is that going to have on their token price? Because their token price, both of them tokens price are soaring right now based on their marketing. But if you can't back it up, then you're going to have a problem on your hands. We're not going to do that. Okay. Our devs are too smart. Our admins are too smart. Almost all the voice chats are too smart, present company excluded. So we're not going to do that. We got a marketing team that's working directly with the devs. The final touches of the exchange are getting ready. The final touches in the marketing are getting ready. The marketing campaign is actually already started because even though it looks like it's still organic marketing, it's no longer just organic marketing. It's no longer just word of mouth. The marketing team is actually already out there pursuing individuals to help promote the project. So that's already happening. With respect to the devs, they're still working on adding new features, but you'll notice that, for example, the fegswap.com website, that coding was not added to the exchange. They do that on purpose. They don't want to be messing with the exchange. It's getting ready to be spit polished, signed, and put out there on the showroom floor. So they add the fegwrapping.com in a separate website to be able to test, work out, troubleshoot the code if there is, and still offer it to us as a benefit to generate rewards. That's part of the true benefit of this exchange. And then when it goes out, it's going to go out with the marketing campaign, and it's going to match, and it's going to take the world by storm. So if people are concerned about where we are and why we're not getting this done and why we're not getting that done, really? I dare you to point a company in the real world that builds a building, populates it with employees, machinery, and so forth, and then goes out and puts out an IPO for the benefit of funding that company. Point one out that does that in 3 months. Now, granted, this is crypto, so we don't have a company, and we do have a collection of employees, but they're all volunteers, including myself and So Late. Okay, but just think about it: 3 months from pre-conception to where we are. 3 months. Let's see another outfit pull that off. Okay, just saying.
Within 3 months, I mean, pulling out this stage is really amazing, and I'm just being curious, like, since there's no utilities on Feg, I'm sure there will be a lot of questions similar to this one. What are the reasons why the price is going up and down?
Okay, did I hear you say that there is no utility in Feg, or there is utility in Feg?
I don't know. Is there? I mean, I'm just curious why the price is going up and down more frequently than.
Okay, well, let's clarify one thing. There is massive utility in the Feg project. The other two coins or tokens I referred to, there's virtually no utility. Okay. What is our utility? Well, what does utility mean in the English language? It's simply a fancy way of saying, is it useful? Let's take a look at this thing called an exchange. Okay. As opposed to a variety of tokens, coins, and whatever that is currently available for sale. Let's compare that to a grocery store right down the street. The grocery store carries milk and eggs and cigarettes and soda pop and all the different products that a typical grocery store carries. Over the course of the life of that grocery store, products move in, products move out, products change, products are created, products die. But the grocery store just carries on and on and on. What is an exchange? It is a cryptocurrency grocery store. And you could have a host of products, namely tokens, listed on that exchange for the purpose of buying and selling. Tokens are going to move in, tokens are going to move out. Tokens are going to fail, tokens are going to be successful. Tokens are going to do this, tokens are going to do that. The exchange, the grocery store that sells those tokens, is still going to be there, still doing its job, still growing, still expanding, still providing benefit to the community. And then on top of all that, there are plans to be involved in NFTs. There are plans to be involved in video gaming as it relates to crypto. So when you think about the overall Feg project, it's kind of like a major corporation that has different divisions, and each one of those divisions is a money maker for the benefit of all the stockholders of that major corporation. We, the Feg owners, are essentially those stockholders. We, the Feg holders, are going to generate direct benefit from all those individual divisions that are out there cranking out rewards in the form of monetary equivalents of ETH or BNB, or who knows? Perhaps we're going to start listing additional Feg tokens on additional blockchains that are out there. Who knows? It's possible. I had a conversation like that this morning. There's nothing to prevent our devs from not doing it. They certainly have the technical skill, but you have to learn how to crawl before you walk, before you run. It doesn't make sense to create a project this young and issue tokens on 50 exchanges. How in the world are you going to keep track of that? Okay. How are you going to support it? How are you going to develop it? Okay. So when I say this phrase, I mean this in the most respectful way possible. Okay. Everybody that wants to be part of Feg has to be smart about it. Okay. You have to take a look at your own needs, your own requirements, your aversion to risk versus your willingness to gamble, and match it up with your investment needs in dealing with Feg. Because Feg is not a just simple no-brainer of a decision. Can be, if all you want to do is just buy Feg and watch those Feg tokens roll in. But there is just so much more built into this Feg project, and there's so much more coming down the line to make this Feg project distinguish itself from virtually every single project out there in the DeFi space today. And now, this is what I call a perfect opportunity for Paul to stop talking and allow for some additional input. So please continue. So late, are you there?
Yeah, I thought you wanted to, if anybody wanted to comment on it.
I was just
waiting for.
Yeah, sorry, so late.
No problem.
I was
Do you
just going to
notice?
say that where you have the opportunity to be literally a bank. Like that's what this exchange has the possibility to do. It's really unbelievable if you think about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna be making our own money by staking, wrapping, just all the rewards holding that we have. And then if you want, I mean, you can play. You know, we got that smart swap coming. People like trading. I mean, it's just all of the above. It's just we got to be patient. Our job as investors is, you know, get as much tokens as possible, so then we can have as much gains later on, and then leave the job for the devs to, you know, fix all the issues. Of course, you know, let us know what's happening. You can, you know, I wouldn't say complain and, you know, get upset. Why isn't this happening? Just be like, hey, I ran into this problem. Just want to let you know. And we're like, okay, cool. The devs are going to fix it. You know, they've got their checklist on, you know, what needs to be fixed and stuff. And so, you know, let's just leave it up to them. And however long it takes, I mean, you know, they hardly eat and they hardly sleep. Sometimes I got to ask, you know, Tommy, I'm like, hey, Tommy, did you eat yet? Did you go sleep? And so, yeah, so our job is just to, you know, be patient. We're going to be there. We're going to make money. If you guys want to make money, hold. Don't sell. And don't get mad at people who do sell. I mean, everyone has their own strategies. We're benefiting off of them. You know, they sell, we get, you know, we get our rewards. So.
Hey, is Paul in here? Paul.
He's half asleep.
But
he was just talking for like 8 minutes, so I think he had to take a nap.
Did he tucker himself out?
Yeah.
It was a wonderful speech, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing because
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I snoring just then? Oh, I so terribly apologize. What can I do for you today?
Hey, Paul. I
Okay.
think you should model. I think you should model for the exchange, Paul. We can dress you up real nice, put some lipstick on you.
Ooh.
I think so too. I really do.
Yeah. I said,
As a matter of fact, Soleil can be my best man. You know what I'm saying? I think that would look great. Yep.
Oh, you know what? We did have a question. I forgot who the name was that we asked him to wait, and he said he would wait. Are you still here? I forgot who it was. Anyone have questions?
Oh, I don't see him. I think we blew it on that one. I see a bunch of people with their hands held. I'm going to unmute them.
Hello, guys.
What's up?
Hey, yeah, I just have a question, like, kind of just to confirm myself, basically, because I was listening to you guys. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who's here answering questions. That's, amazing for us, people that don't know much about, the whole crypto thing, right? We're new here. I just wanted to ask, like, so basically, I had some BNB sitting in my wallet just because, I purchased all the tokens that I wanted to, and I didn't have any use for it. So I just switched it to FTNP, right? So I just want to confirm that, like, once I do that, I can just let it sit there, and then whoever uses the wrapping or unwrapping, I'll benefit from that, basically, right?
Yeah, you'll benefit that for the wrapping rewards, and then as soon as you see like a retracement or a dip, that's the time to buy. So you can turn those wrapped, BNB or wrapped ETH right away into a token.
Great, nice.
Yep.
And I just had a last question here. You guys must be, but I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Goals farm.
Oh, I'm not familiar with the gold farm at all.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to their chat or their website. I don't do that.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Because I saw that there was a farm where you put some fees and then you get some Feg. So I was just wondering, but okay, no, that's all for me.
Yeah, it's one of our partners. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know which one it is, but yeah, you could get Feg there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But thank you for that, guys. That's it for me.
I'm actually in that pool if you had questions on it.
Oh, nice.
No, I don't really have like a specific question. I was just wondering if, like, people are kind of doing it or not. I'm sure some are. Just because I think that obviously when you put some fees into it, you get some Feg. So I think that it's probably a great way to get Feg as well, right?
Yeah, it's a nice workaround. I mean, I'm personally not. I don't have too much in there. I just, like, when they first opened up that pool, I just put some in there just to experiment. But yeah, I mean, you get some nice rewards. I haven't done any percentages on it yet, but one thing to note about the gold farm is you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the rewards in terms of like what like when to like time frames on those rewards. So, like, for example, I believe that in that one, here, give me 1 second, I'll pull it up.
I believe it's a year, I think, if I'm correct.
Yeah, so I believe the Feg rewards are for a year, but like the gold farm, like the gold rewards, I think are closed. So you just want to make sure that you're paying attention to dates on that, as well as the entry and exit fees on that, because I'm pretty sure on that one you had a 1% tax on top of the 2% tax that you get from moving Feg.
Okay, yeah.
So
no, for sure.
yeah, so in total it's like, if I'm correct, and I apologize that I'm kind of just answering vaguely. I'm trying to pull up the gold farm right now to give you an actual precise answer. Yeah, so like in that case, if you have like 1% entry, 1% exit, you're now being charged like 6% on your overall Feg. So
right,
or your overall feast, or yeah. Sorry, just got done with a bunch of class, so my brain is a little noodly. But I know that some communities or some community members that like when staking first came out on FigX, they staked up like most of their stuff, and then they bought it. Like this one guy in particular, he bought up a bunch of Feast and was essentially making like all of his Fig rewards off of that Feast. So it's definitely doable. But yeah, like Soleil said, definitely go over to their Telegram, and they're really helpful too. They're pretty good. I don't know if they have like a 24/7 voice chat, but they have a voice chat going regularly also, where you can get, and it's not nearly as crowded as it is in here. So you should be able to get all your answers or all your questions answered.
For sure. I'm part of it, so yeah, no, that's amazing. Yeah, no, that's everything for me, guys. I'm gonna go back to work. But thank you so much again for everybody that's answering these questions. You guys are amazing. Like I said, for people like myself that just got into it like a month ago or so, having these chats and having people willing to give all that knowledge is just like amazing. It's like free knowledge. So thank you guys.
For sure.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have fun at work.
Thank you.
Is that
one day you won't have to go in?
I hope so. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Is that Rise I heard?
That's me.
Well, strip me down and cover me in olive oil. I'll be damned. How are you, son?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm like
Good to hear.
Finally starting to get like caught up with school and able to spend more time in here again, which is nice. It's nice to be back.
Yep, I just finished off my semester.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Yep,
congrats.
Got C's and
Congrats,
a B.
you passed.
Yeah, I didn't think I would. I bombed all of my finals.
Yeah, that's understandable, knowing with what your life is probably like right now.
I'm surprised.
Are you going to be one of our future devs, Kakro?
What are you studying?
I don't know. I'm doing computer science.
Nice. So you good at math?
I'm good enough to get a C.
Can you do derivatives?
It sounds familiar. I kind of I'm not going to lie to you. I was in a fugue state. And when I do math, my mind kind of just like, how do you say, like it auto thinks, if that makes sense?
Your flow state?
Yes, exactly. Like, I don't pay attention to
I studied neurobio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flow state, baby. When time kind of stops and then it's like just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks though, because when you need it, when you're conscious of it, it's like, oh, okay, well, try again.
That's when I take my Adderall.
Do you microdose on that or no?
Nah, I'm scripted. I have ADHD.
Okay.
Proud of it.
Yeah, I do. I'm pretty sure I do too, but I've never had the money to go get it checked out. So, what can you do?
What can you do?
But you will.
Oh yeah.
See, what I find crazy about this whole industry that most people, or a lot of people don't, well, maybe a lot of people think about it, but the general public, I mean, percentage of the global population involved in crypto is still so small. And then if you kind of zoom out and you look at the forest of our entire financial world, we're in a revolution and we're at the beginning of it. And this whole DeFi space, the hedge funds, the big boys, I think Citibank jumped on board. Some banks are pushing back, they're saying, oh no, this isn't allowed. And some are like, okay, we can see this, high-speed train coming at us. We better get on board or else we're going to get smacked. And, the hedge funds are jumping on board. So I mean, there is a financial system revolution kind of going on, and Feg, and there's a ton of space in it, and Feg is creating a piece of that puzzle that's going to fit into that landscape. And I find that's awesome.
Oh yeah, the DeFi space especially. Right now, it's like it's so small.
It is very small. Well, DeFi and in general, it is still small, I think, for sure. And then Feg is small but growing so rapidly.
Do you guys think that, say, you know, I'm in the U.S. You guys think it's possible? I know you guys can give, you know, this is all just upon a star kind of, but somebody with $1 trillion now, later down the road, would be able to retire off of it. You think? You think that's a possibility?
So
2 years.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
2
years millionaire.
I would say, just on Soleil's comment though.
Yeah.
This is not financial advice.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
You're making the FBI guy sweat.
Upon a star.
You know, I think the global crypto market.
Man, I do an 8 minutes soliloquy, and then I stop talking, and all they can do is respond to Soleil. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it.
Finish your line. What were you gonna say?
Who?
Well, somebody was in the middle of talking, and then he stopped.
I was just saying, you know, your assumptions of getting to be a millionaire are good, but you know, there's a global crypto market that may have some effects. I mean, if we're in a crypto winter, may prolong your time horizon a little bit. That's all.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Plus, we reach 5 zeros and a 1, and $1 trillion becomes $1 million. Right. So.
Correct. Gotcha.
Assuming you didn't sell any.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I heard from the beginning, $1 trillion is the place to be. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what you were telling me, Cockrell, when I met you like last month.
Yeah.
You said, you know, you don't understand that you're gonna be a whale one day. When I'm like, man, I only have 1-point-something trillion. You're like, bro, you don't understand. You're gonna be a whale one day. And look, a month later, it's very hard to acquire 1 trillion. And I'm happy I bought a few later on, but I still remember your words actually.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it's only gonna get harder and harder and harder to buy. Like, people with 100 billion today, they're gonna be the whales, right? Give it 3-4 months, they're gonna be whales.
Absolutely. And you know, I was looking at the contract and seeing, I'm like, whoa, I didn't even realize, like, us, that we started off, we're in the top 1,000 of Feg holders.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Don't that feel nice?
It just
feels so good.
Moving. That's what's so crazy. It's like, and it moves so fast, you know. And I lost, like I said, I said this a bunch of times already, but I lost 7 trillion in the beginning trying to think I could day trade this. And I feel like I got it all figured out. Okay. You know, and then of course I sold, and that was the craziest moon that, you know, just was like 5 times the normal moon that we had. And, you know, so yeah, I learned the hard way. So I'm not selling shit now.
I've been there, dude.
All my buddies that I'm getting in right now, they're in the billions. I'm like, bro, you don't understand. You're going to be in my position next month being like, wow, look how hard it is to get $1 billion.
Yeah. And
hey,
it's
you
so
guys,
true.
I don't have a question, but I just want to say that I really love Feg. I love the team. I love the support. I've never really had such a confident, just relationship with the project that I'm invested in, like Feg. I know that I'm a big crypto guy. I love Bitcoin. I know blockchain. And I just want to say that what Feg is doing is amazing. I do my part. I try to share. I tell my friends about it. I just want to say that I love you guys and I appreciate everything you do.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And
Yeah,
it's not
I got
just
a question also.
Sure, Crypto. What's up?
Yeah, what's up from the Netherlands? Thank you for your time. I have a
Lekker
question.
man.
I have a question in general. I hear you talk about trillions, billions. I got into this because of a friend of mine. I'm grateful that he told me this tip. I'm in like 58 billion, and I'm thinking about when I hear everybody talk about it. It seems to be the matter to be in the trillions, and that the billion guys are too late.
No.
No. It's a 3-month-old project, brother. And it's deflationary. So, I mean, if you expect to become a millionaire in another month, I guess maybe it depends.
And you have to take into account all the market dynamics and everything. The best strategy you could have is just, watch. And if you have some extra capital, buy those dips when it dips down. There was a point, my buddy yesterday, or what was it, 2 days ago, it dipped down to 08 or something, right? Or 09.
Yeah,
And
it was
he scooped up a bunch, and he's stoked. So there will be opportunities.
Yep, that's what I did too.
I got in at 11, but anyway, I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, for me, I did same thing as well.
Did the gentleman from the Netherlands have anything else to say, though?
Yes, thank you. I think a lot of people want things to say, but for me in general, when you read the chat, and it's hard to read this chat because it's going crazy every single minute, I think. For me, it's like, Paul, I didn't hear you that much, but maybe Paul can answer this one. I'm like a guy, I invest my money what I can miss, not what I had saved for the rest of my life. And how do you see the future in a couple of months, Paul, MC?
Okay. I want to address that immediate question, and then I want to come back around and address your concerns about how much you can afford to buy and where that's going to put you. Right now is a great time to buy. I don't care how much you can get into. Here's why. Our exchange is right now our premier product and our premier revenue generator. Now, later on, we're going to be dealing with NFTs, and there's talk about dealing with video gaming, and there's other avenues of generating revenue that haven't even been talked at yet because, people have to talk and schmooze and negotiate and that sort of thing. So there's ongoing ongoing talks with various money-making opportunities. But the bottom line is our main product right now is the exchange. And it's the classic example I use is this old thing called Ford Motor Company. You may have heard of them. And when Ford demos a new product, they don't take the prototype of that product and blow off the dust, pop it on the showroom floor and go, ta-da! No. They wait until they thoroughly test that sucker, put a nice layer of paint on it, beautiful interior, spit polish and shine, and then they plop that on the showroom floor, and then they go, ta-da! Well, we're in the spit, polish, and shine phase of our exchange. If you don't believe me, take a look at where the wrapping is now. Our devs did not decide to include the wrapping in our current exchange because what if there's some bugs in that code? You do not want to adversely affect that spit, polished, and shined initial product. So we've got our wrapping over at fegwrap.com. Pardon me?
Churchinya.
One moment, please.
I'm speak Kurdish.
He speaks Kurdish. Okay, we'll have to deal with that in a second. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Thank you so much, Kakro, so late, and Paul MC for your time. And I think a lot of people have many questions. So thanks for explaining a little. Thanks so much. And I also believe in Feg.
Okay.
If I may, just really quick, in regards to the gentleman that asked, excuse me, asked if like 58 billion was enough. What I like to do is I like to calculate my rewards. I like to calculate my rewards and then see what they will be looking like. And it's obviously, you know, speculation because we don't know what the price is going to be like in 6 months. But based off of the price of today or at the current moment or at a certain time yesterday, depending on when you screenshot or took a note about it, and just see, you know, see how much you are making, do the calculation, see how much you've made in one day against that price to see how much it is worth in you know, dollar value, and then start multiplying that by decimals and just see for yourself how many zeros we have to knock off to get to a place that is good for you on a daily, like an estimated daily value. That's just what I like to do to kind of plan, I guess, to see the potential of what I could be making in 1 0 away, 2 zeros away, 3 zeros away, you know. And when you think that we have been, I mean, Feg has been around for 3-4 months, and we started at, am I correct in this, Paul? 11 zeros? So 11 decimals? Is that correct?
Oh man, I wish I was at that.
Oh, I know, right?
No,
but that's
12,
what I'm saying.
12 decimals, 11 zeros. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. So yeah, when you think that we started at 11 zeros and now we're at 7 in less than 4 months, that should give you a general idea of where we potentially could go, seeing as we're only in, you know, the first quarter of this year. So
hey, and I also want to add to that. The other day, a guy came here and he's like, "I thought I was too late a week ago, and now I know I wasn't." And he never bought, and now he's regretting not buying. Guys, it's not. I thought I was late. Everyone here thought they were late. I wish I was at that 11 zeros. So when I started, I thought I was too late. And you know what? Next month, there's guys gonna be here asking you. They're gonna be here like thinking they were too late, and you're gonna be saying the same things we are saying right now. I thought I was too late, crypto token. You know, so I don't think you are. That number is very nice. If you actually do what Rai said, see how many zeros you need to lose. 2 more zeros, that 45 billion, you're going to be in the 200 grand. You know what I mean? So you're not too late. You're still very early, guys. And crypto token, I love the Netherlands. Like half in Netherlands.
So
you're never too late. Exactly. I think another point to make is if you don't have the money at the moment, you know, because you maybe invested maybe at the top at the moment, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks ago, just compound. I mean, compounding is also a very strong strategy to follow. So, you know, put some money every month in the project, and you'll
dollar
see you
cost
will grow.
average. Right.
Yeah, I have a question. First, with Ethereum 2.0, how will it affect the Feg exchange when it's out, or is there no connection?
It'll make it cheaper gas fee. Other than that, I mean, so ETH 2.0 is just switching it up from proof of work, miners and stuff like that, right, to proof of stake.
Yeah.
So it's going to be way cheaper gas fees.
Yeah.
But other than that, it shouldn't really affect our exchange much at all.
Okay. So just cheaper gas fees, and okay, yeah, that's good. Because right now they are already cheap, I guess, compared to other staking platforms.
Are you talking about our exchange?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a bit of looking around, and I've compared our exchange to some of the others on the market. And for example, our biggest competitors, Uni, I believe, is 0.35% fee on everything, on anything you do on their exchange. And then Pancake is like 0.3, I believe. And then ours is what, 0.12, right, Soleil?
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
0.12, 0.14 maybe. I think it depends on what you're doing on the exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to go as much nodes either. We have less nodes to go through than any of the other exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
So we just go through, what was it, 2 or 1? Because it's just wrapping, and then to the token. Other ones, you might have to like skip different nodes just to get to the wrapping and then the token. So that's another way of us being cheaper too, because we have less nodes to go through.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we have cheaper gas fees.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of on and off right now, simply due to network congestion, right? So maybe not everybody's experiencing those benefits, but I did. And let me tell you, it was nice. It was like almost like 100. No, it was like $175, right? For a Uniswap swap. I go to our exchange, and you want to know how much I paid in gas fees on ETH? Anybody want to give a guess? Gander?
$30.
$4.
That's what I paid.
Yeah, it was 30. It was like $34.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Buddy,
And that's
huge
on the ETH
difference.
side, right?
Yep.
Because I'm staking another token also, and I pay, I mean, on Uniswap for the swap, I pay like, I mean, I paid like $50 to $100 fee, and $50 fees, and then for staking another $100 or $200 just for fees. I mean, it's crazy. But
For the exchange fees?
yeah, but they are working on it.
Jesus.
And another question: is it possible theoretically to take the Feg rewards from staking and swap it to Ethereum and use that on Uniswap?
Yeah. You're talking about F-wrapped ETH, right?
Yeah, because right now I have Feg token BSC, and in future I would stake it, and then it would be cool if I could take the rewards and swap it to ETH. And
Yeah.
use
So what you do is you would stake your Feg, right? Earn BNB or ETH, wrap, and then you would unwrap it, and then you can use that ETH and or BNB wherever you want.
Okay. And then I can use it because it's on Binance chain, smart chain, but I could use it after unwrapping on Uniswap.
Yeah. Uni is on ETH though.
Yeah, that's the thing, but no problem.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any problem.
Just make sure that you let it, accumulate a lot, because you are going to be paying fees when you unstake it.
Yeah, of
So
course.
just let it build up.
Yeah, I mean, right now I have, I mean, you guys said that right now it doesn't make sense to stake if you have less than 1 trillion. So right now for me it makes no sense, but I guess in future, once the exchange is fully is finished and the trading volume is higher, then it would make sense to stake, I don't know, 50 billion or something like that.
Hey, Dorosep, I take I tell everyone on this group to go onto the pinned message, and there's a video that RTR uploaded yesterday, and it shows the new smart swap feature that's going to be launched soon. So if you guys want, go there and see the upcoming. But it's actually pretty sick. I've already watched it 3 times and sent it to a few guys. You could just see, I think it'll be launched end of the month. I'm not sure, but it's in the pinned messages, because all the stuff that Kakro was explaining, if you go to that video, actually you could see it.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. I will watch it.
Everybody, nice night. And as we say in the Netherlands, fijne avond.
Goedenavond.
Goedenavond.
Goedenavond. Ik hou van jou.
Fijne avond, gozer.
What's this new poster about that's been pinned? What's happening today at 6?
Oh, we're just trying to get it to trend worldwide. Like a community-driven marketing approach.
Okay. I thought there's some announcement expected at 6 maybe.
Kakro.
What's up?
Quick question. I'm on Twitter right now, and something cool showed up. Koji, public sale available tomorrow, and look what they're saying. Then we look forward to getting on Feg Token Exchange. Superhero and Apes strung together.
Yeah, they aren't an official partner, but they really want to get on FegX, like a lot.
That was
pretty cool.
They were saying that they were working with you. I was actually going with them, and they were basically so. And then I verified it with you guys, and and I guess there's rumors that they are doing that with a lot of other top tokens.
Oh, are you talking about getting on our exchange?
No, they said they were actually working with you like partners. Like,
I don't know about that. I know it was brought up last time, and I asked in the mod chat, and I just got a bunch of no's back. So,
yeah, me too. Everything that I.
Guys, that's just the future. That's the start. Everybody's gonna be wanting to be part of our exchange.
Oh yeah,
this is just the start.
Oh yeah,
Kakro, I was driving after work yesterday. I'm like, man, my stocks pay dividends every few months. I'm like, with Feg, you're getting your dividends daily.
Yeah, brother, that's how it is. I'm telling you, man, the financial system just can't keep up because it's not meant to, right? Sure, that 7% or that 2% interest makes sense when you have a couple million sitting in the bank, right?
I got an email from Enbridge the other day, like, oh, your dividend's gonna be released this day. I'm like, man, how much interest or how much money did they make by just holding my dividend checks? While here, yeah, exactly. And here we're getting it paid daily. To me, wow, like I just can't find a better system. The more I look, the more I fall in love with Feg.
Yeah.
More people.
My mom was a banker, and she dealt with savings accounts and stuff, right? And she was telling me her bank would reinvest that money, and she said they could turn $25,000 savings account, right, and turn that into $150K in a month.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what I mean. That's why they hold on to those dividends, to reinvest, make money, and then pay you. So they're making money off your money, but they only give you what you're supposed to get.
Oh yeah, it's that savings account made 0.5% a year.
That's so funny, man.
So shiesty.
I mean, it's really criminal how much money those bankers and private equity firms, hedge funds can make, and you as a small investor or someone who just leaves his money on the bank account, I mean, you get like nothing.
Oh yeah, and you want to know something even worse, right? They were paying. My mom was an assistant manager at this bank, right? They paid her $9.25 an hour. The minimum wage was like it just turned to $7.25.
$7 or what?
Yeah, $7.25 USD minimum wage, and my ma as an assistant manager at a bank was making $925. She did some math, and she had made the bank over her 15 years working there $2.5 million.
Yeah.
Doesn't
That's
that
the
just make
banking
you
system, man.
I mean, what's attractive about working in finance is that you, I mean, if you have a high position, you get a lot of money because the bank makes a lot of money, so your wage is also pretty high, but you have to work a lot, and it's only a few people who can get there. So as an investor, it's really difficult to get that much money.
Exactly.
As a small investor.
Like, they worked her to the bone, dude. She was there from 7 a.m. right to 9:30 p.m. pretty much every day. She got one day off a week.
Yeah.
$7 an hour.
But what I like about DeFi, and you said it earlier, I mean, there's so much potential left and so much money. I mean, in general, in finance, there's the most money, I guess. So right now we have access to it, and it's a great opportunity to.
Hello, guys. How you doing, man? Can you hear me? Oh, finally you can hear me. Oh, you guys miss me. Yeah, baby, that's me. Now, Paul is not
AZ, is that AZ?
What the hell?
Woo, hey AZ.
Oh, I thought you had left
What's
us.
up, Dubai guy?
How you guys doing?
Let me make sure I understand this. We got AZ, So Late, K-Crow, Feg Army Olsen. What? Did somebody call in the troops because I was falling down on the job? Is that what's going on here, or what, man? I'm starting to
Gorillas
feel.
are flying in.
I'm starting to feel a little like insecure. You know, like maybe something's going to happen to me, and I don't know yet, or I was the last one in line, and they ran out of tickets or something.
No, Paul, you're not going anywhere.
We were taking care of the blood on the streets, Paul. We're back. It's all in order.
Blood in the streets. I
Everything's
can
gonna
always
fire
count
up
on you,
again.
AZ. You always brighten my day, bud.
Can I interfere like with everyone? Like when I first came in, you were talking about banks and everything. Can I ask you like two questions? The first question is, 30 years ago, if you made $1 million, where could have you where could have you hide those $1 million and protect it at the same time?
Cemetery.
And the second question is, yeah, I understand there are a million answers. And the second question is, when you make a lot of money out of Feg, who's gonna cash it out for you? The banks. Make sense?
I was going to say the cartel, but yeah.
I don't know. Maybe going to Dubai, man. There you can cash it for free. That's what I heard.
No, you cannot cash it for free in Dubai. There's a 5%. There's a 5% like on everything in Dubai. The 5% tax was implemented from the 1st of October 2019. Up till that date, there were no taxes there, and the taxes in Dubai work different. Like, let's say you have a shipment coming from China, right? When you unload that shipment and you want to pay its taxes, you pay 5%. When you want to sell it to someone else, you pay 5%. So basically, up to the consumer, it reaches like with 40% higher, and still there are no gains on that product added still, and yet it's still cheaper than what we find in Europe and in America. So this should give you, yeah.
I'm sorry, I live in Dubai. I just moved back to Switzerland. So Switzerland
awesome.
is kind of nice because you don't on whatever you generate as a plus, you don't have to pay any taxes. You just pay on what you're declaring on the yearly basis as a fortune. But in
100%.
Dubai, this 5% tax is on physical goods being bought or purchased in the UAE, things coming from the UAE. So, for example, if you were to play around this, saying that you're coming from outside and coming inside with your wallet and you would like to take the money out, they would not be able to tax you.
Are you sure?
I am sure. I mean, it's simple. Me, I used to
So
work in
so
FX.
which
I was paid.
which bank did you try? Abu Dhabi National Bank or MBD, or which one did you try to cash in your money and they did not take money from you?
I did not cash any crypto, but what I can tell you
Then
is
try
that
it.
if they put taxes on crypto, that I don't know. But I'm saying the way the example you gave of a shipment coming in the UAE is considered physical goods. Because I was paying my taxes on the I was on the taxes website for months because of the company I had there, which I used for my visa.
Was your company onshore or offshore, or is it
It
free
was an
zone?
offshore free
Offshore.
zone
It was a
company.
free zone, bro. That's why
Free
you
zone
were not
company.
paying taxes. I'm sorry.
What
Yeah,
are we
I'm
talking about?
I'm born
and
I'm born and raised in the United Arab Emirates, bro.
yeah,
Like
but
I
I mean,
was
if it's a
fed
free zone,
this
what
information from a young age. So yeah.
you can still be in a free zone and still cash without taxes.
100%. But once you have your business interacting inside, you know how it goes, man. I mean, I know what you're saying, and there the law is so flexible, because I'm not against what you're saying, but the law is so flexible there. Like you can import anything and export anything as much as you're bringing money inside the country, and you know that very well, right?
Of
So even if you come with 100 tons of gold, you're welcome. Nobody will ever ask you where did you get this from. But when you try to take it out again, then they're gonna ask you, "Hey, what are you doing? You bring this here, and then you wanna go with it?"
You mean
Did
Dubai?
we ask if anyone had any questions or needed any help recently to raise their hand?
Oh yeah,
I actually need
that's
some
a
help.
priority.
But you don't have to cash out. I mean, you can cash out small amounts.
Austin, did you say you had a question?
Yeah, I have a question. So I currently converted from ETH to Feg wrapped ETH, and I'm trying to convert it from Feg wrapped ETH to Feg
So
ETH.
Fageth?
Yeah, to Fageth. And for some reason, it's only taking like a mining fee from my Trust wallet every time, and not actually converting it over.
That's because you need to leave enough ETH behind to cover for the bigger transaction fee.
And depending on the time you're transacting on, it might be higher, it might be lower. So you can check etherscan.io /gas tracker, and you'll see there the Uniswap swap. If you're doing it on Uniswap, it will give you an
He's
idea.
doing it through
Usually,
Fageth. He has already
yeah,
converted to FF.
I don't understand that, Matt, and
Okay.
I didn't finish my answer. And like when you see Uniswap swap, you can just divide that by 2, and this is the main like how you can estimate what FedEx is going to charge you in general. So it's like divided by 2 or even less. So if it says they're $30, FedEx is going to be like $14 to $17, something like that. I've tried some transactions, and this is my conclusion.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I've been playing with the exchange recently. In the past 4 days, I've been on like traveling all over, and man, the exchange is amazing. I mean, it's really smooth. I don't know, man. I don't know why I haven't. Like I used it in the beginning to stake and unstake, but when I topped up twice, and I was scared at the beginning. But now it's really smooth.
Austin, are you familiar with the whole gas system and everything through other cryptos? Okay.
Yeah, I've been in crypto for a while, and so like whenever I put in from FETH to FEGETH, and I do max, and when I click swap, it's just showing a network fee max total 100. But then it says like -0 ETH for $0.
How much Ethereum do you have? Ethereum in your Trust wallet as well?
Yes, I do. I have.
You don't need
like
to say how
1.
much, but just because that is what it is going to use on the network for that fee, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so what AZ was saying is you want to cross-reference the ether gas to pick the the time frame that has the lower gas fees, because sometimes our obviously costs more than others.
Okay. Yeah, because I originally did it in Coinbase wallet. So I went from ETH to Feg ETH through Coinbase wallet in the browser. And then I ended up having to download Trust Wallet, and then I used Trust Wallet because it doesn't show up Feg wrapped ETH in Coinbase wallet.
Right. Can you do Bitcoin to Feg in Coinbase wallet?
Right now we're trying to solve a gentleman's question. Would you like to
Mhm.
be next after we're
Yeah,
done?
If I could be next too after him.
Yeah. So I just added my Ethereum wallet into the Trust wallet. Should I do another way? Is there another way that I should be doing that?
So I'm going to run you through a quick series of small tests to see if they help you out, okay?
Okay.
So instead of pressing max, right, just put like, say, 0.5, right? Because the smart contract doesn't really like all those numerals. Like that's just as an example, right? As long as you don't got too many numerals trailing, you should be fine. Give that a try.
Guys, mind if I interject on this? Because I did this last night.
Yeah, it looks like it's still showing zero ETH at the top for $0.00. I'm not sure if it's because I added my Ethereum wallet from Coinbase from my Coinbase wallet into the Trust wallet.
That shouldn't matter. Do you want to help him? Do you want to try, Joe?
Yeah, so when I did it last night, here's what I did. I did Coinbase Ethereum, right, to my Trust wallet. From there, I went dApps, went to FegX, and I converted ETH for FETH with the diamond, which is, Feg wrapped ETH. Waited till I received it on my end. That was quick. But when I went to swap my Feg ETH for Feg ETH token, I ran into the same issue you had last night. It just charged me a very small mining fee, and I did have enough Ether in my wallet to cover any sort of gas fee. So what I noticed is once I dropped, instead of doing max, kind of like what Kakro said, is I just dropped the total down a little bit. So I still have some Feg wrapped ETH still available in my wallet. And I was able to do the transfer, but it did take a good 15 minutes. And, granted it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's probably a high traffic time, but the gas fees were still about $50 or so. So it wasn't terrible for Ether standards, but if I were you, I would try that. Like Kakro said, just trim it back a little bit. Don't do the full max. Try to round it off. Leave a little bit behind, like a small trail behind. But it should go through.
Okay, yeah, I try it and it doesn't. It's just not showing any dollar amount.
Yeah, and it's funny because I didn't have a dollar amount either. It showed 0 ETH when I did the swap last night, which I thought was odd too. But it showed me the gas fee. And the first time it didn't go at all. The gas fee was super small, like $10 or $5, and I was like, wow, that's really odd. But the second time, once I rounded off that number and made it a little smaller, I was able to get it to go through. But it did take a little while.
Okay. Yeah, I think the first gas fee was about 30.
The first gas fee is you did two swaps, right? Like 2 contracts.
Yeah. So what I did is I did a swap from ETH to
FETH.
FETH, and that was fine. And then now I'm trying to go from FETH to Feg ETH. And
it asked for.
when I did that, it asked for a fee of 28, 29.
Yeah.
And
then the next one, it was like 70, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you how it goes. On ERC20 tokens, this is how smart contracts work. Like until ERC777 tokens come out, this is how it's going to be. So basically, the first contract you signed up and you pay the fee for it to be registered on the blockchain, that contract is just you allowing Feg.exchange in order to interact with your wallet and allowing it to consume or like to acquire the amount of FETH that you have, like you're just giving it permission to interact with your wallet. And the second time is the actual swap. So basically, this is how it goes. So I'll give you a quick example. I don't know if you ever made that transaction on Uniswap or PancakeSwap, but when you do the transaction the first time, like you swap your ETH for Feg, for example, or BNB for Feg, it doesn't ask you for two contracts. But when you want to swap it back, when you want to sell your Feg, for example, or on whatever chain, you're gonna have to approve it first. Why does that happen? Because on the Uniswap, the Ethereum, the Uniswap is running on Ethereum blockchain, and the Ethereum being the governance token, it doesn't ask for permission to interact with your Ethereum since it's the governance token. And the same on BNB. But when you swap it back, Feg is not the governance token on Binance Smart Chain nor the Ethereum mainnet. Does it make sense now? So you need to approve that this exchange is allowed to interact with your tokens. And I think somebody dropped it in the chat one day where you check it on BSC scan, like what with which exchanges or sites you interacted, and you sign those contracts and you can revoke them. So basically, this site in the future cannot have access
to your wallet.
Yes, Sophia.
Yeah.
100%. You remember that website? I'm not at my PC. I would have
Oh,
given it
yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Can you please hand it to
Yeah.
this gentleman? So you can check just your wallet. You just put your wallet address in it, and it shows the list. But there's no harm in that because that's on the blockchain. And if you are into a legit like project, it will never just go in and interact with your wallet. But basically, you might want to get your wallet disconnected from every single exchange. If you're using MetaMask, you have those three vertical dots when you have your wallet open, and you just go to connected sites, and there's like a trash bin in each website you ever connected to. And once you disconnect all of these, then you should be fine. And if you are on Trust Wallet, you have to clear the history. That's it, or like clear cache or whatever. Yeah, just clear the history of the. So
All right. So here's a short, sweet answer. First contract is the approved contract that you're allowed to trade with that certain token that you are doing. The second one is where you're actually buying the tokens. So when you go on the Etherscan, you're going to see approved first. And then when you have the actual tokens, you're going to see successful. That's how you can tell the difference. And plus, you'll see how many tokens you actually, went through with the transaction. So it's just approving the smart contract. That's it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So let's say I added the wrong contract onto my MetaMask, and now I can't get those tokens back to my BNB on Pancake because I guess the code when they wrote it, they made it to where like I can't do that or something because I'm not able to. So what do I do? Do I just like delete it? Do I just remove it? What do I do? So they don't. Because I already approved them.
That sounds like a rug pull to me.
Yeah.
And so you go on the Etherscan or the BSC scan, and you have to revoke that smart contract. And I know that
sounds hard as hell.
There's going to be some type of fee on revoking contracts, by the way.
Yeah, there's going to be the same as when you sign it. So if
what do I do? What do I do with that token in my MetaMask right now? Like, do I just leave it there? What do I do with it?
Yeah,
the one that has no liquidity?
It's a lesson
Should I just
learned. Every time you look at it, you just remember it.
make another MetaMask and just transfer everything out?
Can I just
No.
add on that, please?
You can keep it.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah,
scared
go
that
ahead,
they're gonna
G-Man.
go into my MetaMask and they're gonna take everything.
They can't do anything without your private key, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, okay. I just got
100%.
I just got screwed out of my $80, basically. That's it.
You're chilling, bro.
Cool.
So
Somewhat.
I'm gonna tell you the story. I spoke to a gentleman in a British Feg group, and he was telling me a story where he bought a coin using a BUSD in a pre-sale, I believe. And when he gave access to the contract, that contract had a code in which executed to actually. So let's say he used about 20 or 30% of his bag. That contract actually requested for that bag to be emptied absolutely 100% and empty the next biggest amount of tokens as well, or the crypto in the wallet. So you need to be very careful what you are given access to. When you go onto BSC scan or Etherscan, you'd have to just Google it. Don't ask for it. The link is called the token approval checker. So BSC scan token approval checker, and you will see all the access you've given to all of your contracts, and you will see that the contract has a full access to your wallet on regards that contract. You know, as weird it sounds, and as easy said, yeah, it's not that they can't access, but unfortunately, this is sort of an extra access point to your wallet. My friend suddenly disappeared 10 BNB out of his wallet, and he could not explain the reason why. He's had his seed phrase written down on a piece of paper. He's never shared it, but he was buying a lot of so-called shit coins. So I'm
What
just
was that?
saying,
What was that website again? I mean, or what do I look on Google for again?
it's called a BSC scan token approval checker. You put your wallet address as your public wallet address, and it will show you all the tokens you've given approval to. If you want to connect your wallet, it's in a sort of left side with a little red dot is going to say connect your 3-web wallet. So that works with MetaMask. With a Trust wallet is slightly different. There was 2 options, I believe. One of them is to integrate your Trust wallet with a MetaMask, and there was another option I can't remember. As I think that Jono will explain about other option. Jono, you know, man, don't you? He's not here at the moment.
Well, with the token approvals, all it is just you're putting your address in.
Yeah,
And
and
then
it
it
says
will-
the name of the token, and like you
Yeah.
check it on that website, like it says only the name of the token, and it says unlimited. So if it says the entire wallet and unlimited, then you might want to, you just want to go. I don't think you're gonna even have time to even pull it off, because it's like if somebody is gonna make like a rug pull tokenomics, it's gonna be automated, so they're not gonna just sit and manually do it. But anyways, they're gonna be very, very
Correct.
smart to do that. But even though, my advice to you, if you want to play with some money, just make a separate wallet and keep your legit wallet with blue chips and legit projects on it, or even diversify those. So if one falls down, God forbid, then you have the others safe. So this is what you can do. I mean, if you go to MetaMask, you can add like even 10 wallets, but you need to make sure, because only the first one gives you the private keys. So if you want to do that, like create one, take the private keys or the seed phrase, I would say. Write it down, then delete that, and just get another seed phrase and write it down, delete that. Do not keep it in digital form. Do not keep it in your notes. Do not keep it in like pictures. So you gotta be careful. Try to make a couple of copies. We have some guy here in the chat. I know him. He wrote it on a paper and he put it in an abandoned car somewhere. I don't know where, but that's crazy. Don't do that. Don't copy him. He's here listening right now. So yeah.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I have a question regarding the percentage, the APY percentage for the Feg token staking on the Feg exchange. Does any one of you have any information on that?
So as far as the staking go, you would get 0.12% of each transaction based on a bag of the size of the bag you hold in. So the percentage of the bag you hold in it when you stake in it. However, we haven't got
too many pairs at the moment, so I personally would advise just to keep it on for rewards at the moment.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
So real quick, when like what you guys were just talking about having the separate wallets, I think you said Trust. Did you say Trust Wallet can have multiple different wallets within it?
Both
yeah,
of
that's
them,
what I thought. So do you get? I've usually only done it once. So when you do that within the wallet, would you have? Does it let you have multiple seed phrases, or is it one seed phrase that covers all of the wallets within it?
No. When you do that, I'm sorry, G-Man. I know you wanted to answer. I'll take that from you. I haven't been here for 4 days,
That's
man.
fine. That's fine, mate.
I haven't answered questions for 4 days. I need to answer freaking questions, man. I got used to it. Yeah. Look, man, when you add a wallet, like the first time, it gives you the seed phrase. But when you add the second, the third, the fourth, it doesn't give you the seed phrase unless you just go through the settings and reveal them. Now, I'm not sure about Trust Wallet 100%, but on MetaMask, it doesn't give you the seed phrase for the second, third. That's 100%. So what you want to do if you're using MetaMask, for example, you'll make a wallet and then you just take the seed phrase, write it down. You can access it anytime, and then you just make another one, take the seed phrase, like just put 10 wallets there, diversify them, right? Now, for the ones who have Ledger or Trezor, you already have wallets in your, I would say not in your Ledger, it's linked or attached to your Ledger on the Ledger blockchain. So for the ones who have Ledgers or Trezor, they shouldn't worry about this. But yeah, just and after you write down all these seed phrases and you just like name them in a nice notebook. Like this wallet is to play around, this wallet is for Feg, this wallet is for blue chips, for example. Just diversify them, you know, and then you can add them each one separately, like import using seed phrase. So you can import wallet 1, 2, 3, 4, and run them all at in the same application. And I think it's available on Trust Wallet as well. And if I remember correctly, like 1 week ago or 10 days ago, some guy came in here and he said, if you have the same seed phrase, or the seed phrase of one wallet, then it works on both MetaMask and Trust Wallet. I did not try that so far, but I'm willing to try it. I'm gonna try to do it now before I go to sleep. So
on Trust Wallet, yeah, you need seed phrase as well.
Yeah, but
seed phrase, yeah, you get it as well.
Bogdan, he was saying that the same seed phrase, the same wallet address, you can use it on both MetaMask and Trust Wallet. I don't know how true this is, but I'm gonna try.
I would not cross-pollinate
Yeah.
seed phrases.
That's weird. Okay.
I can also confirm that on Trust Wallet. Anytime you create a new wallet, it does give you a new seed phrase. I did it about 2 hours ago. So
I know that you can put your MetaMask wallet passcode into your Trust Wallet, and then they link your MetaMask and your Trust Wallet both together.
Yeah. So basically the wallets are made by ZRX. So basically those 12-word seed phrase they have nothing to do with the Trust Wallet, and the MetaMask are just the window that shows you the information about that wallet. This is as far as I know. So I don't know how. What do you think, Olsen?
I didn't because I used at first I used MetaMask, and then I switched over to Trust Wallet. And when I open up and then I opened up my Trust Wallet, and then I went into MetaMask and just took out there's a secret key that you can use, and I just pasted that into my Trust Wallet, and now they're both linked together. So whatever I look at in my Trust Wallet, I can see in my MetaMask.
So you have the experience. It worked. You know what? I'm gonna check it out, guys. Don't risk your wallets. I'm gonna try to do that. So if it works, I'm gonna let you know. But as far as I know, it's ZRX are the ones who created our wallets, which have the ticker of 0x, and this is why every single wallet of ours starts with 0x, and especially for like. I'm not talking about other networks like Tron or whatever, but I'm just talking about like Ethereum and Binance like smart chain, since it's a fork of Ethereum. So you know what? I'm gonna mute myself and go try this, and I'm just gonna come back in 2 minutes or 5 minutes.
The 0x just is what the ERC20 tokens use. That's why it's 0x. Is all the addresses need that in front. for the ERC20. That was my understanding.
I know that ZRX are the one, like 0x is the ZRX token, and they're the ones who make the Ethereum wallets in the Ethereum ecosystem, I would say, or blockchain. But I use the same wallets. Like, for example, I have Feg on both sides, and I use the same wallet on both, be it Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum, like the same address. So if you go
but
to
you just
BSC
switch
scan,
the chain, right?
exactly. Yes.
Yeah, because it's an exact copy.
A fork. Yeah.
Copy.
100%. But the difference, I know you already know that, Matt. But for the new people, the Ethereum mainnet still works under proof of work. That's why they have miners, and the Binance Smart Chain, they have 15 validators, which they don't. This explains the difference in transaction fees. So yeah, Ethereum is gonna come to become a proof of stake as well, but it's gonna have 70K plus validators. In case you gotta look this up. I mean, if you have your tokens on Ethereum, you're gonna be blessed to have less gas fees in the future. That's my understanding, and I think it's gonna happen. But Vitalik has to deliver in July.
But isn't Ethereum also coming out with Ethereum 2.0 or something?
Yeah, EIP 1559 and the layer
AZ.
2. Yes, sir.
So to comment on what you were saying earlier about, you handshake with a contract on the chain and you have to watch out for sketchy coins. I just wanted to say out there that, those are those tiny, sketchy projects, whatever. But what is your thought on this? I'm pretty sure that for in that case that was just brought up where the BNB disappeared. So that happened. So he thought and did a handshake with that contract and expected one thing, and then there was hidden code that slipped the BNB out. But that transaction was still physically performed by that wallet holder. These contracts cannot just automatically interact with your wallet without you doing something, though. Would that be correct?
It depends on what the contract, how it's written. So, I mean, if it has that written in the contract, then yeah, they have control. Like they can empty out your whole wallet.
But after you do something with that contract, you have to handshake it.
After it's approved, and then he buys the tokens, until he revokes that contract, they have full access if it's written in that code.
I think Matt has a point here. Like when you interact with that contract and when you do the swap, that's when your BNB is drained. It doesn't happen after. That's what Matt is trying to say. So it's written in the code itself. Yeah, that makes sense because nobody can just come and interact with your wallet unless they have the seed phrase. Exactly, that's 100%. So basically, it's like a hidden code.
Not unless they do dusting. Not unless it's dusting that they're doing, man.
But man, they're getting smarter. I mean, I'm not keeping up. I need to play with money a little bit more. So
I just don't want people to think they have to go check their wallets for every little coin that they're in and all that, and be like, in general, these are they're I don't want to say.
Yeah, but that's the whole part of doing their due diligence. Why wouldn't they want to check their coins?
I'm saying be careful, but you shouldn't be in a state of fear. So your point, do your due diligence, but you don't need to be scared.
Yeah, no need to fear.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, it seemed like the second time I attempted it, it went through. So I think the first time was a confirmation.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, you could also check that by clicking on the token, and then it'll click on more, and then you can see your, the BSC scan, the whole history.
I remember. You remember, Paul? Sorry. Go ahead, Austin.
No, it's okay. It shows. Yeah, when I click on it, it brings me to. When I click on the initial first one, it brings me to when I click View Block Explorer, it brings me to Ether scan. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, you can see that transaction, and then when you click on your wallet, then everything that you did with that wallet address you'll see it. So then the next line down should be the approval, and then whatever tokens that you bought, is the next line down. So it has your whole history of your trading.
Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a question. You said what website can we go to get a copy of all the contracts we've executed with these coins?
It's
Just Google the BSCs, either revoke or approval, or
it's
the Ether.
BSC scan token approval checker.
BSC scan.
.com/token approval checker, or just Google it and it'll bring up the site as well.
Okay, BSC.scan. No, BSC. Yeah,
Token
dot
approval.
scan. Dot. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Please give it to me one more time.
So it's bscscan.com/token approval checker.
And it works for Etherscan as well.
Yeah, Etherscan
.io.
.io/token approval checker.
Okay.
Yeah, no one needs to be scared on this. This is just all part of your due diligence before you actually take a trade. So everyone should be, checking to see what kind of smart contracts they're getting into before, they invest in any token or any coin, just to make sure that you're protecting yourself. And then if you sold something and, you're not going to buy that again, it's nice to go in there and revoke smart contracts too.
Can I offer some opinion?
Yeah.
Got quiet all of a sudden. Don't use any wallet. Never use any wallet that doesn't have a feature called transaction validation. They'll use different words, but it's essentially the same thing. Like, for example, Trust Wallet. If you go into security and you set up a PIN that allows you to authorize things, there's a switch at the bottom that says transaction validation. Why is that important? It means that it doesn't make a damn bit of difference what contract is executed or who tells that wallet to anything with that switch set. It requires a PIN be entered before any transaction takes place within that wallet. If a hacker manages to get in there and start messing with your stuff, then number one, the hacker would have to get through all those PIN messages to be able to pull out your seed phrase. If you accidentally give up your seed phrase and they try to start draining your wallet, the first thing that the wallet's going to do is ask for your PIN. If you didn't do anything that you felt like would warrant a PIN, then you got a problem. Someone's messing with your wallet. But it's extremely difficult, I think, for anybody to be able to emulate the actual key strokes on a cell phone screen to get past that PIN. That's just my opinion. Go ahead, please. Someone said Paul.
Yeah, I said that by mistake. Sorry, bro.
That's okay, bud. Anyway, I just wanted...
He misses saying your name. He's only been gone 4 days.
Yeah. Well,
I added the two.
AZ and I've had this long-term bromance for a long time now, so it's cool.
Yeah, can you check your message, please?
Again.
Paul?
I just added the two scanners to my link tree that's on my description, so it's easy.
A quick question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Just to retrace that that last bit there about the FegX when you're swapping FETH for FETH token. Will you have to do that confirmation every time, or is that a one-time thing? Meaning, if I want to do FETH again in the future, I've already done it once. I had the same issue, well, not issue, but the same thing happened to me where the first time it was a small fee. I agreed, boom, approved, and then second time I was able to move the coins over and get the coins.
Just the first time you're interacting with that smart contract. It only needs to be approved.
I see. So in the future, if I just want to, move FETH or ETH into FETH and then FETH into FETH token, it's just going to be a one-time shot.
Hey, Paul, do you know if there's going to be a contract for the bridge? We don't know at this moment just because of the bridge hasn't come out. So I don't want to say anything on that.
What do you mean a
But
contract?
I wouldn't think so. Just for them to interact with each other because
What do you mean?
it's a bridge.
I think the bridge has a contract because I've interacted with the bridge before, and it's a swap.
Okay.
It's a form of a swap.
Gotcha. So I don't want to say yes and I don't want to say no until it actually comes out and I do the test.
Well, now I'm confused. What do you mean by a contract associated with the bridge?
There's a bridge token. So like I wanted to own a token that was on a different blockchain, right?
Okay.
But I wanted to own it on the Ethereum chain. So they created a bridge token which was matched 1-for-1 equivalent. And so that was in the middle. So I held that bridge token.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Ethereum chain, but it was exactly equivalent to that token on the other chain. So it's just kind of like in the middle.
No one has described using the bridge in that way so far. Everybody has described it as being you just simply swap FETH for FBSC or vice versa. No one has said, well, you swap FETH for an intermediate token, and then you swap that intermediate token for FBSC. Everybody's been
Well, that
describing
might
it
be
that way.
automated. That process, there might not actually be the bridge token that you can hold, but then through the exchange, I'm guessing that's how it would work, where it would just go.
Yeah. Now, programmatically, it may be required to fit all the requirements of the technology involved. That could possibly be. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. No one's discussed it, but I've never heard anybody say we had to actually own the bridge token
No,
and
it's
manage
probably
the bridge token. Yeah. So I'm thinking, okay, well, that's quite possible. I don't know what the specific techniques are. They haven't talked about the specific techniques. So yeah, that could
So
very
the
well be true.
contract would go like Feg F for Feg B bridge for Feg BSC, and then you'd get Feg BSC. But that would all be in one transaction. If that makes
The
sense.
way, if I can pop into this real fast, the way I took that question was, he was asking if
And
he has
because I'm
to.
thinking that I'm still talking while somebody is talking over me, I'm going to continue talking until that individual stops talking over me. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So yeah, I hadn't thought about that. So thanks for giving me more to think about. Okay, now I'm done talking.
Yeah, my bad, Paul. I didn't know you were still talking. That's my bad.
That may not be your fault, Ryan. Can you hear other people while they're talking? Because it may be a situation where we need to reboot the voice chat here.
Yeah, I would suggest that, Paul.
Do the honors, please.
Check your message, Paul. Check your message.
Okay, I'm going to start the voice chat in a couple of seconds.
People are talking to ghosts again.
The question I have is, I'm very new to cryptocurrency.
As we have not successfully deployed BTP20 token. So here's the transaction forward. Just copy the transaction hash and open ENC scan. And paste your transaction hash here. Click on search. As here you go, we have successfully deployed our token. So let's go forward. Click on MetaMask. Copy this contract address and go to MetaMask. They want to add token. And paste the token address to custom token. It will automatically paste token on and decimal. So next, add token. Share and subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload. Next, copy these credentials. Yeah. Click on this tab. If you are new to MetaMask, you will see Ethereum mainnet. After clicking on this button, click on Custom RPC. Copy these credentials and paste it there. Just show you how to I provided the link in the description. You can just click and open the website. Now, does that have to be directly sunlight? Here we have a ready-made for ERC. Slash open chapter. Yeah, just put it right there. My working area.